Hey everybody, how you all doing on this wonderful Sunday? Uh, Thank you for chiming in. And what we're gonna do today is we're gonna carry on from where we left off yesterday. So, what happened yesterday? We'll just kind of recoup. So, the first thing that happened is that we had a travel event that, if I remember correctly, nothing happened on the travel events. We got lucky there, but because we failed the last mission or the last adventure, we went to a small haunted town, and half the town was destroyed because of the darkness that escaped the mines that we were in. And so a whole mess of things happened in that town. Ghosts were visiting. The heroes. Is it jumping on me again? So the ghosts were visiting the heroes, like at the end of the day, telling them of these horrible things that are going to be happening to them on their next adventure. So we were able to get some buffs out of that, some bonuses, and some stuff that helped us. But then on the second day, proceeded to the Mutant Quarter. Was a place I was desperately hoping to go to because I wanted the Prospector to get rid of that. Well, not get rid of, but like I wanted him to get rid of the mutation that he had, which required him to basically have like plastic surgery done to his nose, or what was his nose, because every time he goes to a town stay area, if I remember correctly, he gets a -1 on his rolls because it weirds people out seeing somebody with no nose walking around. And then after he goes to the Mutant Quarter, and some giant fleshy mass decide, like, I don't know if there was an experiment happening at the Mutant Quarters, but all of a sudden this thing just started growing, destroying that whole section of the town. It destroyed it, and then that night when we decided to sleep over, we were going to leave town anyway. All of a sudden, the town was attacked by demons and monsters. It must have been like a second wave from the mines or something. It was pretty chaotic in that town. Then we proceeded to the next adventure, which didn't start great, but I started seeing how this team worked together, especially how awesome the rancher was. She was like on the spot with heals. Her range ability wasn't all that great, but having her behind these two guys with dynamite was a game changer for me, because that one stick of dynamite destroyed all three of the Lamia women, and dropped that hell bear. This guy right here dropped him down to dropped him 5 health, which was enough to basically allow the enforcer and the prospector to kill him. But proceeded through the adventure, got out of the mines into the canyons, and then ended up fighting. What was it? Well, we fought a werewolf in the caves. Then we fought, and I've plumb forgot what we fought. But anyway, we fought the boss fight and managed to defeat it, and then moved on. Now we're here at the travel part of the game. So first things first, we got to see what town we're planning on going back to. Now, technically, the Canyons is still in the base core game, so we're still going back to a Wild West town. We're not going to the feudal village or Barter town. We're going to a Wild West town. So we got to roll and see. I do this. I like to roll a d8, and on a 1, 2, 3 is a small town, 4, 5, 6 is a medium town, and then a 7, 8 is a large town. I want to make large towns a little more difficult to get to. Medium and small towns, you would think that there would be like little villages and medium-sized villages just about anywhere, but I figured it'd be harder to find a large town. Another thing too is it'd be hilarious to also run into another town that gets destroyed by, I don't know, void tornado or another rack of demons. But that haunted town, that was wild. Yeah, we had the chance to actually get a mission. I mean, I had the ability to get a mission to go and lift the curse from that town, but I figured the town was destroyed. The curse, probably no point in it anymore. So let's see what town we're going to first. So we're going to a small town. So we have to roll, every hero has to roll a d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, we get a travel disaster or travel hazard. So we got every single one of them rolled low enough for the travel hazard. All right. We can do this. Or this just might end the adventure right here and start over. But so far, like, the prospector has been here since day 1. The outlaw died, of course, at not the last adventure, but the prior adventure. He died at the very end, and I was kind of, I'm never bringing him back. I'm not saying the outlaw is a terrible class. I don't know, I just didn't have any luck with him. I was rolling multiple dice, and I wasn't getting a single hit. So let's do this. We roll 3d6, add them up. Do we add it up? Yes, we do add it up. And that will determine what the travel hazard will be. So 8, 9, 10. All right. So what happens here is bridge destroyed. The bridge across the canyon... Oh, wow, it's in the canyon, too. That's great. The bridge across the canyon ahead has been demolished, either blown up to prevent demons from coming across, or torn apart during a skirmish. You'll have to find another way around, which will take time. Time you don't have. When you get to town, the heroes can spend no more than 2 days for their town stay before starting the next adventure. Damn. I mean, I don't know if I'd spend more than 2 days there anyway. Because I don't really... All I want to do is I want to sell this dark... Oh, we did... Did we do the dark stone? I don't think we did the dark stone. I'll do that here in a second, because we got 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of dark stone plus 11, 12... So we got 11 pieces of dark stone on us. that we need to actually roll for. Because I don't think we... I mean, I want to say I rolled for the 10 Darkstone, but I don't think I rolled for these 2 pieces. I might have saved that for today. So let me go ahead and roll the other travel hazard. We'll do this here in a second. Should have done this prior, but 6, 10, 13. Bandits! Waylaid by bandits on the road, the heroes fend off as many as they can. The bandits surround each hero individually. There are 5 bandits per hero. What? 5 bandits per hero. Each hero must roll a d6 to see how many of those bandits they defeat. For every bandit you defeat, gain 10 XP, which we're not counting. For each... I need to start the campaign, because I really want to start writing down all the XP and the mutations and everything to make this so much easier. For each of your 5 bandits you do not defeat, lose 25 bucks, 1 Darkstone, or 1 gear or artifact of your choice. We have to make 15 rolls. Each hero must make an agility 5+. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. There are 5 bandits. You have to roll a d6. So the rancher rolls a d6. She manages to push away 4, so she loses 2. So we have to lose. We'll just lose the 50 gold. We're pretty rich right now, and Darkstone's worth a lot of money. Next is the Prospector. He fends off 5, so we'll just say he drops 25 gold. And screw these bandits, man. Oh yeah, this is for the Enforcer. Wow, out of all of them, the Enforcer did not handle these bandits well. Flippin' Mobster couldn't fend off 5 bandits. So, if that's the case, he, wow. We'll just do the... You lose 75 gold. Again, I'm kind of just combining everything into one pile. And that's it for that one. And one more travel hazard, and then we'll move on to rolling for the Darkstone. Although I swear I've already done it. 9. So on a 12, Blighted Desert. The desert is dry and unforgiving. As you come across the first watering hole for miles, the area around it is littered with bones of the dead. Not a good sign. Each hero loses 1 grit. If you do not have a grit to lose, instead take D3 wounds, ignoring defense, that carry over to the next adventure. So everybody has to take a D3. So here's the Rancher. She took 2 points of damage. I mean, we still should be able to heal this stuff up and down if we wanted to, but I don't think it'd be that bad. It's only 3 damage at best. Again, for the Prospector, took 2 damage. You'd think it'd be more along the lines of like Sanity or something. Same thing for the Enforcer. He takes 2 damage. That's it for the travel chart. I really want to say I rolled them, because I remember being excited about rolling these to see if another mutation would come up. But I think I did well. Maybe I didn't. So, 1, 2. So we have 10 here, right? We have those 2, so 12. She's wearing, well, per usual, I put all of it on the... I always have the Prospector. Actually, I think they only carry 5 bag items, or 6 of these, so I guess I'm gonna have to share these among the characters. Whoops. So, what I'm gonna do... She's gonna make 4, he's gonna make 4, he's gonna make 4. So, first thing, she should have a 4+. We should probably have him have... Yeah, he should have less. His chances of surviving, and his aren't great either. Nope, we'll just go across. So, for the Rancher, She makes all but one, so she gets a corruption. Next is the prospector. He only makes one, so he gets 3. And then next is the enforcer. Doesn't make a single one. He is 1 away from mutating. Ouch. All right, so that's the end of the travel. Say we only have 2 days in town because of that that hazard we ran into. But now we'll decide what town it is now that we're there. Keep looking for dice, and I have to use this guy. So 2d6. 11. It's a mutant town. I'll be right back. I need to go get the card for that. I didn't put that card away, did I? Ugh. Okay. Wish we'd do the mining town. That'd be pretty cool. Mutant town. I'm a little scared of that place. I just think just the thought of it. I don't remember if I've ever been there. I want to say I have. I know I've been to the haunted town many times. Mutant town's a bit on the different side, and I need to also have the special rules on the back. It does. Daily events. So I got to roll that every day. And then I got to roll on the town events as well at the end of the day. But we got plenty of money to stay in the hotel, because if we stay at the campsite, there's going to be trouble. We could actually lose money. A lot of things can happen. Alright, so Mutant Town. It's got some special rules. Shunned from society, those who have become mutated by the corrupting influence of the Void sometimes band together to form their own towns on the frontier. Refuge for those who are different. Sorry. It's like such a PC way of saying it. I love it. A mutant town always includes a mutant quarter location representing all the back streets and small shops in the town. Love it. We could use one of those. The last one got destroyed. On the fringe, a mutant town never includes a frontier outpost location. Oh, that sucks. I need to sell this Darkstone. Distrust. Heroes do not gain unwanted attention markers for mutations they have. Instead, any hero with no mutations at all gains 2 unwanted attention markers when they enter town. And so I think I have those tokens here. That's it. I gotta look up and see what unwanted attention does. I don't remember. But the Enforcer doesn't have a mutation, although he's pretty darn close. And we've got... I'll go ahead and put this on that view. There we go. That reminds me, I need to make the town version of this. And 2 for the Rancher, since they don't have any mutations whatsoever. Darkstone blasting cap. So this town has additional options for what you can do in the town. You can go to work on the cut. Any hero may give up their day in town to work the cut, helping to build the new rail line going in nearby. Make a strength 4+ test. For this test, the hero is +1 strength for each mutation they have. Oh, I might have the prospector do that. For every 4+ rolled, the hero gains $30. For every one rolled, the hero takes D3 wounds, ignoring defense for the. Yeah, maybe not so much. I mean, we don't really need money anyway. We're doing pretty good. I just wish we can find a place to sell Darkstone. The following items are available to purchase at the Mutant Quarter at the prices list. Darkstone Blasting Caps is what I'm going to get because I'm going to buy Dynamite and I'm totally going to put this on there. Discard to make all your Dynamite do +2 damage until the end of the adventure. That's amazing. $100, huh? Limit 1 per town stay, so I'm guessing only one person can actually have it. Rail spikes. Discard to prevent the darkness from moving forward a space on the depth track. Limit 1. But that means everybody can buy one, so I can always stop the depth track using that. That's pretty sweet. The mutant town's pretty good. So let's go ahead and grab the small town deal here. Okay, these aren't it. So no matter what, we get the mutant quarter. Okay, I'm hiding it. Ugh. There we go. So just go ahead and slap this here. And since we didn't fail the mission, we're kind of lucky. Well, not lucky. We don't destroy half the town like we did last time. Okay, I don't think these are part. No, those aren't. These are for different towns. So first things first, we need to pull out a couple of cards. So we need the mutant quarter. And there's no frontier outpost, which is a shame. I really don't think there's another place to sell dark. So actually, I think there is, but I don't think you get anything for it. And I want to say, I don't think it's the campsite. Maybe it's the general store. So mutant quarters here. Next, we'll have an Indian trading post. Then the docks office, and then a blacksmith. And we got plenty of money and plenty of darkstone to do a lot of things in this town today. But first, we need to roll. We need to decide where we're going to be. So everybody's going to probably drop $10 and go to the, let's see here. Everybody's going to drop $10. I need, how much do I need back? Okay, I need coins. Get 25 back. You can get some more of those packages. So everybody's going to stay at the hotel, and we'll start off with... what did I do with the card for this? Of course I lost the card. There it is. I'll just put it like all this, So we'll do a daily event first thing. We roll a 1d6. 5. So today there's a mutant plague. A mutated form of the plague ravages the town. Every hero immediately takes D3 runes, ignoring defense for each mutation they have. So the prospector, fortunately, takes 3 wounds, ignoring defense. Things are not working out for him. Oh, that's right. Everybody gets a grit. Beginning of every town stay, everybody kind of regenerates everything, including a grit. Well, I'm going to have the prospector straight up go to the mutant's quarter, because I want to get rid of that nose, or I want to give him a nose job. And then I'm going to have, I don't know what the other two really do. Let me take a look. So you get the Indian trading post, mutant quarter. There's the blacksmith. The doc's office. If we had a church, we could actually res people. And Indian trading post. That's all we're gonna need for now. But what it's looking like, we can only spend 2 days here. Oh, the blacksmith. We can buy horses. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Some of them are really good. The Mustang's really nice. But you have to buy... That's per character. You can get a stagecoach. I don't think we have enough for a stagecoach. No. You can put Darkstone bullets in the gun. Oh, but only lasts 1 adventure. Void plate, void hammers. Stuff's expensive. Nice. The Darkstone buckle's really good. There we go. Tomb chest. Holds up to 8 Darkstone. Any Darkstone inside is hidden and does not cause corruption hits. I am gonna buy that straight up. How much is it for the mutation removal? Only 50 bucks, but he could be killed. He has a grit though. So yeah, I'm gonna have the rancher going over to the blacksmith, and I'm gonna have her get the tomb chest, so this way we can like hide some of that Darkstone. Thing weighs a ton, but we can get runes too. So they got a rune of protection. Once per adventure, you may automatically pass a single defense roll, even if you've already rolled a die and failed. That's expensive. But we do need to get rid of this Darkstone, so we need to spend it somehow. And we have, what, 10 pieces? Where can I buy some dynamite? Nowhere. Yep, I cannot buy dynamite in this town. Does the mutant quarter have dynamite? It does. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to the mutant... Well, I'm already at the mutant quarter, so I'll have him... Limit 2 per visit. We've used them all, I think, so I'm gonna have to have him buy a couple. So the tomb chest for sure. We might buy some bandages. I'm probably just gonna have the enforcer stay home, not have him do any events, because once we go to a spot, we have to do an event, see what happens there. And unfortunately for the prospector, he's got that nose problem. Although, I gotta find out what the unwanted detention does too. But he's got the nose problem, so he gets a -1 on his rolls for the locations. Let me get the book and look up what the unwanted attention does, because that's something that's probably going to affect us right here. So unwanted attention markers. Sometimes hero will find that they have attracted the attention of an unsavory element in town. This could be from bearing too many mutations or being a high roller at a saloon for gambling or the gambling hall. These markers track a hero's level of unwanted attention. So this is how it works. Yeah, we've already read that part. Gaining unwanted attention. There are 2 ways to gain unwanted attention in town. For one, too many mutations. When a hero enters town, they gain 1 unwanted attention marker for every mutation they have over 3. So he's only got 1, but either way, it's a mutant town, so he doesn't really suffer from that. Gaining gold at the saloon and gambling hall. At the end of any location visit to the saloon or gambling hall in which a hero gains any amount of gold for any reason, they also gain 1 unwanted attention marker. So when trouble comes a calling, while a hero has 1 or more unwanted attention markers, which so far these 2 have 2, so that's already not a good sign. Anytime they roll a 7 on a location event chart, they must roll to see if they are attacked. Roll a d6. If the roll is equal to or less than the number of unwanted attention markers they have, the hero is attacked from behind by a cowardly but dangerous individual with murder on the mind. The hero must immediately make a luck 5+ test to move aside at the last minute. If successful, the would-be assassin runs off into a back alley. If failed, the hero is shot in the back, taking d6 plus hero level wounds, ignoring defense and armor. If this KOs the hero, they are killed. All unwanted attention markers are removed at the end of the hero's town stay. Ouch. So it's if I roll a 7 at a town location. So if she rolls a 7 while at the blacksmith, she has the potential of being struck by somebody from the back. So first, we'll go to the mutant quarter, and it's 2d6 minus 1 because of his nose problem. So 6, 5. Little thief, a mutant street urchin bumps into you and with a sorry mister, takes off running. It does not take long to realize that she swiped the contents of your pocket. Make an agility 5+ test. He's not good at agility. Make an agility 5+ test to catch the little thief. If passed, gain 20 XP. If failed, she gets away. Discard 3 side bag tokens or D3 Darkstone. Don't let me down, Prospector. Oh yeah, he slaps that little thief. Just whoosh, backhands her out of the way. Poor thing. She's a little mutant. Doesn't know any better. But a little mutie. But it's awful. So nothing happened. He would have gotten XP for recognizing that somebody was trying to steal from him, but we're going to go ahead and do the mutant surgeon for 50 bucks. And well, here's how we go. Choose 1 mutation you want to remove and roll on the chart below. So of course I want to have him fix his I want the doctor to fix his nose. And we roll a d6. Oh, this could be so bad. All right. I do have a grit, so if I roll a 1 or 2, I'm going to use the grit to re-roll that. I'm going to use the grit to re-roll that. It's very important. Really? This game just has it out for me, man. So the job was butchered. The mutation is not healed, and you are disfigured. Lose 1 health permanently. So I'm no longer a 16. Or actually, am I more than that? Yeah, I'm no longer a 16. I am now a 15. What I'll do is I'll use for now, one of these wound markers to show that I took permanent damage. Balls. So, permanent damage from that botched surgery. Now we're going to the rancher. Let's see if she can get through to the blacksmith. So, again, location event. Do not roll a 7, please. That's close. Black smoke and horse manure. Makes you feel alive. No event. Okay. So, obviously what I'm going to do here is I'm going to spend 800 bucks. 600 bucks. To get myself one of them there tomb chests. So I have a tomb chest. Wish I had like a little token or something for that. So I have a tomb chest. And it holds up to 8 darkstone. I wonder if I can buy another one. Those things are awesome. We collect a lot of darkstone when we're on adventures, and we're definitely going to have more than 8. But you know what? Just the one's fine. And I kind of want to get her the... That means we can probably put a lot of these in there. But I do need to spend some of this darkstone. Really want to sell some of this darkstone, but what can we spend? Darkstone grip. How much do we have in cash here? Oh, we got 1,013. Okay, so attached to a gun, bow, hand weapon bonus. The item is now shot +1 or I'm getting the Darkstone grip. I'm putting it on the hunting rifle. So that is 1,200. 1,200. And 8 Darkstone. And we're poor again. Now, her hunting rifle is a 2-shot weapon. That actually makes her really awesome, with 2 damage on top of that. So that takes up 2 upgrade slots, which would mean I would actually have to get rid of one of these upgrades, which will be the Rune of Yamabashi. So I'll get rid of the Rune of Yamabashi, and I'll just sell it while I'm here. So I'll just get 175 back. Oh, hello. 175. So I'll just sell this because it's kind of useless. It only attacks it only adds damage to a specific enemy type. So +1 damage to myth enemies. It's nice and all, but so I sold that. Just put that over here for now. And we're now once again poor. We only have 2 Darkstone, which we're going to put inside that chest, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. And we have... What is this? 350... Nope. No, actually, it's a 500 right there. So, 5, 6... We got 755 bucks. Is there anything else that I can get in here that's only 2 Darkstone? Man, some of these things take a lot. Void Assembly. Once per fight, you may add peril die or of damage. Single hit. That's awesome. Darkstone Barrel. Hold on a minute. The gun is now range 4. Oh, that's sweet. The rifle has plenty of range, but I think it's like a 12. The fact that I now have 2 shots with plus 2 damage, that's amazing. She is now that much better in combat. could do the bullets, giving her +1 to her damage. Void Plate, don't have the money for that. Darkstone Buckle, if I remember correctly, that's good, but we don't have the Darkstone for it. Rune of Protection. I think that's pretty much all we can do here for today. But you know what? I kind of want to get the Darkstone Bullets. I just want to see what they do. So I'll get the Darkstone Bullets. Costs 1 Darkstone. And 200 bucks. She's now got +1 on her attacks. So she's now a shots 2 with damage +3. The +3 is only for this adventure. That's pretty slick. So we actually still have some money. Yeah, we're doing good. So it's the end of the day, and I'm not gonna go any further. We're just gonna go right into the next adventure. We're gonna do the exploration mission. But we still have to roll and see if anything happens. So we roll a 1, or if we roll a 1 or lower, because we're on the first day event. So roll a d6. If it's a 1, something bad happens. Nope, we're good. So that's the end of the town stay. This town is safe from us, since we kind of destroyed the last one just being there. And that'll be the end of the town stay. Could be there longer, but there really wasn't enough there for me to really want to do anything. We had plenty of money. We could have gambled if they had a gambling hall or something. But they got nothing. Go ahead and put these all away. And let's see, we were in the canyons last, right? So I'm going to say we probably will start in the canyons. Pretty sure that's starting spot for the canyons. And that's the end of the Wild West stuff, Wild West town. So what I'm using is for background ambience is I'm using an app called Syrinscape. I do push them on like every episode because they do make a great product. I've been using it since I played D&D last year, and I just love how it simply loops. You can easily make changes to the volume of every single sound, turn them on and off. They have a whole mess of different environments for you to play with, and it's a wonderful app. They have fantasy, sci-fi. They even have a board game application for you to use, and their fantasy stuff. They even have if you have if you're playing something like D&D Beyond and you're playing with the core campaign books, I think they actually have several of those already set up with sounds, but they're also coming out with a new app pretty soon. It's currently, I think, in beta or testing. Um, it's going to be a different layout, and apparently it's supposed to be easier, better, and faster. Pretty stoked. I want to opt into it, but I'm so used to using this that I'm like, baby steps. One day I might jump into it. Keep shaking this thing, but I don't drink from it. So I'm going to look for. Let's see if we have any sounds for canyons. Oh, we do. Raise this volume a tad. Let me check and make sure it's coming up in the feed here. Not sure if y'all can hear that. It's very right channel heavy, I'm noticing. Sorry, that's one of the soundboard pieces from the app. I wonder if they got guns. They do have some things, primarily for D&D. Yeah, it does not seem to be... The wind doesn't seem to be loud enough. I'll raise it a little bit. And again, it's very right channel heavy. Oh, there's battle music. Okay, so we're going to move on. And we're going to start... Is it just me, or is the starting tile for the canyon smaller than the regular game tile? That's weird. Well, either way. Is it me, or did it just switch to left channel? Either way. Let's continue. So, he's got permanently lost... He's lost 1 health permanently. Taken a lot of damage while in town. Next battle, we're definitely going to have to heal him up. Drop it just a tad. Here, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab the tile deck and the encounter deck for the canyons, because I don't have them added in here. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab the tiles for them. Freaks me out. That thing's always following me around. Somebody's spying on me. Okay. We're all set up. It's the beginning of the turn. We're in the canyons this time instead of the mines, which that could change at any point. We could probably get a map. I wouldn't doubt it for a second if there was a tile card or an encounter card. That's, yeah, it's not going to be a tile card. I wouldn't doubt if there was an encounter card that straight up changed the room's exit to a mine. Could be possible, you know, actually, to be honest with you, since this is considered a base area. Oh, that reminds me, I need to bring that card up. Do I still have it? I might still have it for this. Yes, I do, the canyons, so we'll just leave that up for now. So, again, it does have special rules. All enemies are +1 defense during the first turn of their ambush. So we gotta remember. I gotta remember that. But if I remember correctly, I think it's a nice thing for the players. At the start of any fight, every hero may recover 1 grid on a d6 roll of 4+. That is awesome. So we should be able to actually find portals while in the canyons, just like the mines. Actually, just like any place. All depends on what the exploration deck tells us, which again, one of these days I'm gonna build a I'm going to build the exploration deck into the stream, because it takes a process, because the advanced scene switcher that I'm using, it's great. I just wish it had the ability to use arrays, so that this way I can actually tell it which cards are being used. Now I can still do that with variables. I can still have, like, because there's only 8 tokens now. It used to be like 12 tokens, but now that there's only 8 tokens, I'm like, well, I guess I can have a variable per token to say, hey, it's been used. And then once we reset to a new adventure, it should turn all those tokens back to unused. So this way I can kind of, I don't want it reusing the same tokens over and over and over again. I couldn't do that with the cards for the scavenging or the loot, because there's too many cards and it's just a lot of work. But for the exploration tokens, I know I can do that, and I'm gonna have to create 8 animations because I kind of want a cool animation of like the coin literally popping onto the screen and revealing. This way we don't have to. What would I have to do? I would actually have to create a. That's for later. I'm not gonna just. I'm not gonna bore you with what I want to do with the stream, but there's a lot of things I want to do with it. I want to add a lot of cool graphics and animations to it. Make it very pleasing. I mean, I don't know if I showed you all. There was one animation I was really. This was actually going to be originally the exploration animation. It was going to go in, zoom around, and then pop up the token. But I decided that's not what I want. What I really want is I want the lantern to come up with maybe a compass and them just kind of swirling around each other, and then all of a sudden, boom, exploration token pops up with what's on the eight main exploration tokens. But we are not doing well. So, let's begin. So at the beginning of the turn, there's no hold back the darkness till the next turn. So we're going to start with the rancher. With her brand new rifle. If we ever run into beasts, I have to remind myself to use that blood pot. That thing's amazing. So she's going to move up her 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm glad they did this, though, because it's now officially 4 away from the starting area. So one turn, you're at the next marker. And I'm going to have her do a... She's going to go ahead and do a scavenge. Nothing. Although maybe I should have just had her heal somebody, because I can do it on the same... People on the same map tile. I could have healed... Is it the same map tile? I totally could have done that. Oh, she starts the adventure with an additional grit. More than normal. So if I had full grit, I could have gotten 3. That's awesome. But it's not an action, so I can just go ahead and do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and heal the Prospector with that grit that I gained. And it's a D6. Prospector is officially at full health. Excellent. But he's at a 15 instead of a 16. Next is going to be the Prospector. He's going to move on up. 2, 3, 4. And... I don't think I attached that. I know I attached this. But I don't have enough Darkstone to attach it anyway. It requires 2. I'm just going to have him peer through. Actually, no. He gets better bonuses if he finds anything in scavenging. So I'm going to actually have him do the scavenge, even though he's been kind of failing at it every time. And then we're going to go with the Enforcer. The Enforcer actually has 5 movement, but I'm going to have him move up and peer through the room, to which he finds a canyon clearing. I'll be right back and get that tile. Luckily, everything is organized. And this is the spot right here. And since it's a full room, it's an exploration token. That's the end of all their activations, so we move on to the exploration. And we flip it, and we have 2 encounters, and these are both doorways. We might just go that way. And the 2 encounters are... I don't remember if I shuffled these or not. Oops. So the first encounter, Outlaw Camp. We just did this one. Okay. A smoldering fire. This is a relatively small deck. The mines deck is so huge that there's a lot of different things that could be happening. But so the outlaw camp. A smoldering fire burns at the center of an abandoned camp. 3 blood-stained sacks of gold sit piled against a barrel of explosives. So we can either have. Oh, actually, hold on. Attempt to recover the gold. So we get to choose. So we can either attempt to recover the gold, or we can search for signs of life. If I remember correctly, the agility on everybody here is pure trash. And it's a 6+ roll. I'm going to do the cunning again, because I think everybody's got better cunning. Yeah, everybody's got a 2 cunning. So if successful, gain 30 XP, and if you may, move the hero party marker back forward. Okay, I'll read that here in a second. So I can't believe we're doing this again. Oh, and these go away at the end of the down stay. The unwanted attention only ever happens in down stays. I'll just get rid of that. So first, we need to make a 6+ on 2d6 for the rancher. She did not get it. The prospector did not get it. And then finally, the enforcer. It's almost impossible to make that 6+ with these guys. So if successful, you gain 30 XP, and you may move the hero posse marker back or forward 1 space on the death track. If failed, take d6 sanity damage, ignoring willpower, as you make the grisly discovery. So obviously we found a lot of dead people. Oh my god, d6. So the rancher takes... Watch me roll the 6s here. She takes 3 sanity. Let's keep this out. The prospector, he makes also 3 insanity, or 3 sanity. And then finally, the enforcer. Did it roll? 1. Yeah, that makes sense. I was waiting to roll the 6 on him. I was like, come on, dude, you're an enforcer. You've seen this stuff over and over again. But he passed it. We're good. We's good. So that's 1 encounter card. We got another one coming. The cliffs have eyes. You can't help the feeling that you are being watched. Scanning the tops of the canyon walls, nothing seems out of place, but there is a stillness in the air. Gravel and rocks slide down the canyon walls to your left, and you turn sharply, only to find it's still empty. A bead of sweat rolls down your brow. Random character makes luck 5+. So again, the rancher's a 1-2, prospector's a 3-4, and then the enforcer's a 5-6. So here's hoping we get somebody who actually has a good luck. And well, luckily it got on the prospector, and he actually has, well, him and the enforcer have a good luck. So 3d6, 5+. So hopefully we get it. Yep, we managed to get it. If successful, move the hero posse marker 1 space forward on the depth track. We succeeded, and it goes forward? It needs to go forward anyway, because we did find a room. You failed, you were... Oh god, it would have been an ambush attack. So, yeah, I'll take that over the posse marker. I'd take the posse marker moving forward over running into another ambush, especially in this area, because they get that defense buff on the first turn in the canyons. So that's the end of the round. We did the encounters. We've set up the gates. Now it's time to roll. Hold back the darkness check. Should be at 7+. It's an 11. We made it. So the next turn, we're gonna bolt over here. First, the rancher. She'll make her grit check. Nothing. moves up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Facing this way. And she's going to roll for grit. Not grit. She's going to roll for the scavenging in this tile. 2 5s. So she found nothing. Next is the prospector. Once again, I'm going to have him do... Actually, 1, 2... Yeah. I'm going to have him do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to move up his 4, and then he's going to also do a scavenge. The reason why I'm having him do the scavenging instead of the enforcer is because he actually doubles what he finds when it comes to gold and dark stone. But he just cannot make any of his rolls. So that's the end of his turn. Then we get the enforcer. Again, I'm going to roll for grit. And he's going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to search the other room. We'll go ahead and get rid of this map tile. We'll kind of just shuffle this way so that y'all can see what's coming up. And the next map tile is a T-junction. Probably put that away. T-junction. Okay, and obviously both those ways are doors. And we also go down the posse. We drop the posse marker down 1 because we found a room. But no clue tokens just yet. My Twitch stats ain't working. I'd like to know what time. Either way. So, moved up, he did that, checked the room. We're now at the end of the turn, so once again, hold back the darkness test. And it's 2d6. We rolled an 11 again, man, nice. Okay, so we passed, and we're now on to the next turn. We're going to roll grit for the rancher. She does not get it, but we're gonna go ahead and move this way because if we go this way, we might run into tiles later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and she'll do a scavenge here. Double 1s. God, if that would have been the hold back the darkness roll, that would have sucked. The prospector, we're gonna have his grit roll. He rolled a 2, but he's going to move up 1, 2... Oh, hold on a minute here. Where was he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And per usual, you can actually move over other models that are your allies, but not enemies. The same thing goes for the enemies unless they have a special rule. Some of them are... I also think that large models, I think they just straight up walk over medium size. They kind of ignore spatial stuff too, so they can actually be like one or 2 spaces here, and they're still technically on those spaces. But back to it, he's going to go ahead and do a scavenge. Maybe he'll get something this time. He did. And what he finds is... Ugh. Darkness. So, emerging darkness, draw a darkness card. And what a wonderful find. Now, when he does find something, it tends to suck. So, the first darkness card of the game. Cold Death. think we've seen this one before. For each wound a hero currently has on him, he immediately takes another wound, ignoring defense. Then do the same for sanity damage, ignoring willpower. Oh, wow. So, for each wound? So, basically, you just doubled your wounds. So, really? For each wound a hero currently has on him, he immediately takes another wound, ignoring defense, and then do the same for sanity. Wow. So, the Rancher just... I'm glad that I healed the Prospector, because the Prospector had 5 wounds on him. He would have gone right up to 10 wounds. But he does get... Okay, he does turn this into 6 sanity. Not exactly a great round here. Makes me want to not scavenge anything anymore. Oh, she's got sanity too. They all do, that's right. So she's also at 6, which I don't think that's good for her. No. And then he's only had 2. He only had 1 sanity because he did pretty well against the sights that they saw in that camp. That's terrible. Then next is the Enforcer. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't cross over if the point is in the middle of tiles and there's a missing tile. You actually have to go around it. You can't just go across. There has to be another tile here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to peek into that room. And what he's going to find is the Water's Edge. And there's also an advanced encounter. So we're going to go ahead and do that. The advanced encounters have actually been kind of fun recently. So we'll just keep using that. There we go. It is a big tile. So we'll get rid of this guy here. He's a big boy right there. Is there only one way? This screams ambush room or combat of some type. That's obviously going to be a gate. Or we can just turn around. So we did that. We put a exploration token on there. And let's do the encounter for it. It's called River Crossing. There it is. So, River Crossing. There's a big card. A raging river rolls by here, white water spitting up at you as it is dashed on the rocks. There seems to be somewhat of a ford here where you could possibly cross to the other side. Looking to the fair bank, something catches your eye, glimmering in the light. If every hero spends 1 grit, you may... Yeah, we don't have any. Nope. If every hero spends 1 grit, you may cross the river to the other side. Problem is, the Prospector doesn't have any. Once all other encounters and attacks are completed here, reveal map cards until you find one that has water in the title. Place that map tile... Oh, okay. So, this is basically what happens if you succeeded and we didn't spend the grit. We could have gone across the river is what I'm guessing. So yeah, that doesn't really affect us right now. We could have used it. But no, we don't have an extra grit. So that's the end of that turn. We'll go ahead and do what we gotta do. So 7 plus. We did 1, 2, 3. And then that went down. So we do have to go down 1 more. And hold back the darkness. And we managed to get it with a 7. Beginning of the turn, we're going to go ahead and roll. Oh, actually, we got to do the exploration token. I forgot about it. So, oof. So this is a gate, a doorway, and we do have a clue token. Next time we'll do the exploration. I just realized I made a mistake. Although we could technically say this was there. It's too late now. So I got a little too excited and jumped right into the adventure on a basic adventure. So we do have a clue token. This is a doorway. We have to pop up a darkness and an encounter card. So the darkness card. A hunger to feed. All undead enemies are now +1 combat for every full 3 wounds a target had on them at the start of the attack. Oof. Oh, that's terrible. That's real terrible. And then an encounter card. But we do have a clue, which is nice. Heavy rain. A heavy rain begins to pour down all around you, soaking your clothes and pummeling the cracked earth with large drops. Lightning flashes across the sky, and half a second later, booming thunder rolls through the heavens. All models in the canyons are -1 move and have their ranged attacks reduced to a max of range 4. Whenever a depth event is rolled while holding back the darkness, roll a d6. On the roll of 5+, this card is discarded. Oh, this is just turning into a hellhole. Really? -1 move. And range attack, range 4 now. Damn. I was all proud about getting that rifle upgraded. That's so much for that, right? Now we're at movement 3. That sucks. Anyway, we already did the hold back the darkness, so let's go ahead and move on here. And the rancher rolled a 1 on her grit, but she only gets 3 movements, so 1, 2, 3. She's going to go ahead and scavenge this room, see if she gets anything. Nothing. Prospector, 1, 2, 3. And he's also going to scavenge this room. Drop the volume of this. Doesn't find anything. And then the enforcer. Did I not do his grit? Good. Enforcer got his grit. And then the the prospector. Enforcer actually gets a +1 move, so he's still at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's gonna peek through that room. And what he's gonna find is another cross passage. So we'll go ahead and get rid of this room. Yeah, there's a reason why I can't do the exploration, is because I have to get rid of the prior rooms until I can get a better setup going. I'll be right back with the tile. So we can go either way on this one. I sure would like the heavy rain to go away. I don't think we'll be that lucky. So, peek through. That's all we found. Exploration phase, nothing. Since we don't have a actual tile. But these are all pathways. And now we're going to... Was there anything under that? So now we're going to end the turn. Oh, it actually went down 1. But we're still at a 7+. Let's see if we can hold back the darkness. We got a 9, so we're good to go. So at the beginning of the round, we're going to roll for grit on the rancher. She got a grit. That's awesome. And we're going to move her up 3. 1, 2, 3. She's way too slow. We're just going to go this way. It's a lot faster to get there than to go across the tile. The prospector's also going to roll for his grit. Something's telling me that the game... I bet you the game's telling me that something's about to happen here really soon. Because I'm just getting everything back. 1, 2, 3. Or actually, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'd rather have that. And he's going to scavenge. He managed to get 1 scavenge. Hopefully it's not a darkness card this time. Emerging darkness, draw a darkness card. It's just... Ah! Sucks. And we are dealing with Lost in the Cosmos. Okay, let me put this guy away. Count the number of growing dread cards in the stack, there are none, and discard pile. Each hero immediately takes horror hits equal to the total. Each of these horror hits does sanity damage equal to your hero level. There's no growing dread cards in the stack yet. That card is meaningless. Go away. And that's the end of his turn. We scavenged that room. Let me gotta remind myself to do that. And then the Enforcer's gonna move on up with his 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and peer through that room. To which he finds another canyon clearing. Just get rid of this guy. Something's going to happen here. I just know it. I just don't like the fact that the movement's been dropped and the range has been dropped. And we'll give it an exploration token. Okay. So that's the end of his turn. He peeked through. Now we're going to explore the room, as I suspected. So both ways are doorways. And we have a combat attack, a combat session. And it's got a clue on it. So that's awesome. So we have 2 out of 3 clues. And what we're going to do... Tiles are bending. I might have to heat them up and press them. We have to roll... We have to see what we get for threats. Let me pull up a card. We're fighting the Scafford gang. That is super fitting for this. In the canyons. Oh, wait. I think they have their own threat deck. Look, I'll be right back. No, actually they don't. Because I think this is... That's right. The canyons are considered to be an entry-level spot. So we are just taking on regular threats. So we're taking on the Scafford gang. Let me go ahead and pull up their card. And it's peril dice number. So we'll go ahead and roll the peril die and see how many of them we have to face. 6. We are taking on 6 members of the Scafford gang. They don't really look too bad. I mean, they get a lot of combat. They are mutants. That makes perfect sense. They are mutants. So let me get 6 of these bad boys. I did not buy dynamite, did I? I was at the blacksmith. No, I was at the mutant quarter, and I didn't buy the dynamite. Oh, God, that would have been so good right now. Against these guys, that would have been amazing. But, let let me be right back. I'm gonna go grab the models for the Scaffold gang, and we'll take them on. Go ahead and pause it. Okay, so I found the Scaffold gang models, and I wonder if some of these. No, these are the actual models. So again, how the rules work is they do checkerboard pattern from the back of the room. And maybe there's a better way for me to actually get that all in the shot. Let me see what I can do here. It's not bad. I think we can do better. You can kind of see all the models in that side of the picture. There we go. So that's how it's looking so far. We're all down here, about to take on the Scaffold gang. And they are holding what exactly? They have initiative 4. So they're already going to be going first. And they get the special rule shootout. Let me be right back. I need to find out what shootout does. I know what Snapfire does, but shootout. Shootout? Not 100% sure on. Okay, so shootout rules. And I might as well get the battle music going here. Doesn't need to be that loud. Enemies with shootout prefer ranged attacks over melee. They move and target using shootout markers with the following procedure. Ambush. When ambushing, select a random hero and place all the shootout enemies on that hero's map tile, as far as any heroes as possible. Far from any heroes as possible. The retreat. If adjacent to a hero at the start of its activation, roll a d6. On 4+, makes a free move along the shortest distance to no longer be adjacent. Otherwise, make a melee attack against the random adjacent hero this turn. Okay. So they're not ambushing. They're not going to be doing the retreat right now, but they are targeting. So target a random hero without a shootout marker yet, and move the shortest distance to be within range, and LOS may move through other enemy models of the same type. If reached, place a shootout marker on the target. Otherwise, at the end of its move, target a new random hero that is within range and LOS and place a shootout marker on them. So make range attacks. Once all of the enemy group has moved and placed shootout markers, roll the ranged attacks against the heroes for each shootout marker on them. Then remove all the shootout markers. Isn't that about the same as just attacking? I don't see the point in the shootout stuff. It doesn't make sense to me. On ambush, select random hero, place shootout markers on them. Hero, start your activation, roll that. Random hero. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Like, this screams to me like it's just they're selecting targets and shooting at them. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. To me, it screams that they're doing their Scafford pistols. But I guess that they, at the beginning of the round, they just choose who they're going to be targeting, which is about the same as any ranged enemy. I'm going to have to go on Board Game Geek and figure this one out, because shootout makes 0 sense to me. So I guess we'll just kind of follow it. So it's the beginning of the round. They're not ambushing. They're not retreating because they're not really... I mean, is that part of the whole thing? This seems like hit and run with less steps. Except hit and run was shoot first. Yeah, it was shoot first, move in, swing, then run. This one, it seems like... Okay, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe they are ambushing. But they're not really getting the ambush rules, are they? Again, it just doesn't make sense. So we're just going to treat them like they got ranged attacks. They're not getting an ambush. They're not doing any of that. They're just going to be putting markers on them. So there's 6 of them, 3 of us. So there's going to be 20 each, except that they don't see the rancher. So it's going to be 3 and 3 is what's going to happen. And then when they shoot, or before they shoot, what's their range on their weapon? That is so crazy. The range on their pistols seem to be better than some pistols in the game. It's just... I swear they really do mark up the enemy's abilities sometimes. Doesn't seem really well balanced, but let's see, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they can reach just about either one of those two. So they're gonna put shootouts, 3 on him, 3 on him. They're all gonna move back to get as far away from the players as possible, and then they're going to fire their shots. So that'd be 6 shots on each one of them. So let's go ahead and do that. So 6 shots at 4+ on the Prospector. Not a single hit. Now we're going to do it on the Enforcer. So 6 shots at 4+. They got a little bit luckier on this roll. They got pretty good on this one. So they managed to get 4 hits. The Enforcer does have a little more health than everybody else. He gets his 3 pluses on the defense rolls against this. So he gets scraped by one of them, which does 2 damage. They can hurt. So he's up to 6 wounds now. Hold on, I'm gonna pop my hat backwards. Okay, so that's the end of their turn. Next is the Rancher, and she's going to have to spend a grit to get close enough to start shooting at him because, of course, we do have that special rule right now about the heavy rain. -1 on the movement and a range 4 on all range. Is that on the characters only? All models in the canyons. So these guys actually would have had to gotten into range. So let's see. That's how they were. So they actually, I have to redo this. So he's fine. He's fine. He would have had to have moved up. Well, actually, we would have had to move some guys. 1, 2, 3. Everybody's movement is a 4. So he would have moved up here. This guy would have moved up 1. So this way, these 2 guys could have come up here and actually take their shots. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You would have had to move it up to take a shot. Yeah, so that's what would have happened. So this heavy rain is actually helping a little bit because for melee characters, they're now in range. Again, if I would have had dynamite, this would have been nice. So the Rancher only has a 3 movement. 1, 2, 3, but that gives her a chance to actually do something with this new rifle. So it's now a damage 3, shots 2 rifle. And they have a defense of 3. They have pretty good defense and some decent health for... Wow. Oh, what's their other ability? Firefight. And at initiative 1, if the enemy is not adjacent to a hero, it will make an additional ranged attack without moving. At initiative 1. So when initiative hits 1, which will be the Enforcer's turn. So I gotta get these guys adjacent to these things. Otherwise they start taking free shots. So it says target using shootout. Does it mean that they shoot again? An additional range attack. So it will retarget everybody if they're not adjacent to anything. So I need to get the Prospector up in their grill. I might have to use a grit to do that. The Enforcer for sure can get up there. But for now, the Rancher, they're not beasts, are they? No. She's going to crack a shot with her hunting rifle. Actually, 2 shots with her hunting rifle. Actually, did I do grit? Well, it doesn't matter. She's at full grit right now. But I kind of want to spend one of those grits to heal up. Before I do anything, yeah, let's spend that grit to heal up the Enforcer. How's everybody doing with sanity? Oh, God. Well. Okay. So I'm going to try to heal up the Enforcer using the home remedies. So he gets back 4 hit points. So he's back down to 2. Prospector's doing great. Sanity on people are not so great. I just realized that the Sacred Flower on the Prospector's already been... Yeah, I can't get my armor saves with it. Because he technically took a wound from earlier. That sucks. So she's going to pop her hunting rifle into that group. It's got +3 to its attack, so here's hoping... Honestly, it'd be, at this point with her, it's whatever I roll is the damage. But first I need to see if I can hit. Luckily these guys don't have any rules for crit or anything. That's at a 4+. Okay. So she gets 1 hit. I'm going to put it on ranges of 4. I'm going to hit... How far can I go? I'm going to go for this guy. The furthest people away, unless I can get him over here. I could. Then I'm going to go for this guy in the back. Because I want to get the Prospector up here to hold these guys down. I want to get the Enforcer here to hold these guys down so that they can't get their extra shots. So she's going to pop a shot at this guy here. And hopefully, it's whatever I roll, because she's getting a +3 to this attack. And these guys are a 3 defense. So hopefully I get a 5+. If I get a 5+, he's dead. So she comes around the corner, pulls out her rifle, and misses with the first shot. The second shot just bolts this guy, this Scafford gang member, right in the head, taking him out. Awesome. And she would have gotten 25 experience for that. That was her turn. And that's going to go to the Prospector. Prospector, 1, 2, 3. I really need him to hold these guys down. So 1, 2, 3. Because I don't want them to get their extra shots this turn. And he's going to use his pickaxe. And he's getting... What's he doing on sanity? Yeah, he's doing alright. I'm not worried about these guys giving me sanity issues. Although I could potentially have a problem with hold back the darkness, but he's going to do 2 combat hits. Oh, he also needs to do his grit roll. He's at full grit. I don't know why I'm doing that. So 2 combat hits. So one's a crit. And failed the other one. Really, I'm at full grit anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that 1. That's a hit. So one's a crit, one's a hit. I'll roll the hit. He's getting +1 damage, so it's -2 to what he rolls. I have a good chance of killing the guy. I'm gonna put this one on the guy right here, right next to him. Or actually, I really want him to die. So I'm going to put it on this guy. And it's whatever I roll -2. So 3 points of damage. Not quite dead. But definitely hurt. Now the guy here, whatever I roll. Because I got a crit. so he doesn't get his defense. Straight up 8 damage. Yeah, the dude's dead. Man, I was really hoping for him to get both guys, but that's great. He did really well. So did she. They both, so far, this has been pretty solid for combat. So the Prospector walked in there, kind of charged up his heavy pickaxe swing and just kind of cropped right across them. Guy in the middle ducked, the guy in the side kind of caught it, and the very last guy at the end just straight up had that pickaxe dig right into his chest. So that was a good swing for him. Now it's the next initiative order, which is 1, but they get a special rule for this. And since these two guys aren't locked down in close combat, they actually get to make 2 range attacks, and they get to choose 2 new random targets. So this guy is going to go after, again, my rule is the Rancher's a 1-2, the Prospector's a 3-4, and the Enforcer's a 5 and 6. So the first guy is going after with his he's going after the Rancher with his pistol. He didn't like seeing his buddy's face get blown off, I guess. And then the Enforcer of the second guy is going after the Enforcer. So he knows the Enforcer's next. But we'll go ahead and do his first. He gets 2 shots with damage 2, but he needs to make a 4+ on these rolls. So 4+ to hit. Doesn't have crit rolls, does he? No. So he does get 1, but she also gets her defense roll of 4+. She gets it. So she dodged out of that shot. Saw his buddy's head get blown off. He instantly pops a shot at her, and she dodges right out of that blast. And then the second guy going after the Enforcer, he's going to be really hard to hit. But he gets 2 shots. Crit miss both of them. So, nothing. So it's pretty awesome seeing this Heavy Rain card actually affecting this combat. Because everybody has to be in line of sight, and you have to be, in order to be in line of sight, you have to be 4 spaces away from each other now. So, we're going to, now that that's over, we're going on to the Enforcer, because he's a initiative 1, thanks to his injury. If I remember correctly, he got a chest injury, which drops his initiative down to 1. So we're going to move him up. He still has 4 movement because he has his adventure boots on. So I'm going to have him move up 1, 2, 3. So now he's locking them down. So they can't get their extra attacks on initiative 1 anymore. Unless they somehow manage to get out of the escape from the Prospector and the Enforcer. And he's going to take his club. Luckily, these guys happen to be medium-based, so he gets an additional bonus of a +1 damage against them. But he also has the Rattlesnake Fangs, but I'm not going to use that. I don't feel like that's really important during this combat. These guys are actually fairly simple to fight. They do get a lot of shots, but they're very weak. So he's going to take his 2 swings with his club. Now first, let's roll for grit. He needs his grit. Does not get 1. But he's going to go ahead and roll 2 dice of combat. He does manage to get 1 hit. He's really hoping to crit or something on one of these. Yeah, I'm going to save that for a boss fight. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with that. So it's technically -2 to what I roll because their defense is a 3. I get a +1 on the club. So -2 to what I roll. They have 5 health. Now, I'm just going to roll with it. So, whatever I roll, -2. So 1 damage. I was going to put that on this guy right here in the corner. So we've killed, what, 3 of the guys? Yeah, we've killed 3 of the 6 Scafford gang members so far. It's the end of the round. We now have to... Whoops. Hold back the darkness at 7+. So, let's take a look what we got here. Did I bring us down? Hold on, let me check something here. Something tells me I probably forgot to do that. So, 1, 2, Easy way to figure this out is this. So we should have gone down. We should have gone down one extra time. So we should have gone down 6 times. So right now we're actually at an 8+. So if that makes more... I'll just go ahead and do this. That makes more sense. So we're at an 8+. And we managed to get it with a 9. Let me bring the monster card back up here. Alright, beginning of the round, they now have to do their shootout rules again. So they're going to try to do a retreat. So each one of them has to make a 4+ to attempt to retreat. And they have to select new... Yep, they have to select new targets once they retreat. So this guy here makes it, and he moves back 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in range of somebody. This guy. Just really hoping to hold them down. He does not. This Scaffer gang member does make it. He runs back. And this one here does not make it. So these two are currently locked down. I might keep the Enforcer here and try to move the Prospector around and try to escape and lock these two guys down. So I really, really don't want them to make their checks, their additional combat attacks. So next they start drawing random targets. So this guy can actually see the Rancher from here. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, can still see the Rancher. These guys can only see these two characters because of the rain. So we'll have these two randomized on all 3. So this guy's going to go after the Prospector. This guy is going after the Prospector. I guess they saw the pickaxe rip that last dude to shreds. This guy, so 1 through 3, Prospector, and this one is going after the Prospector. They are all attacking the Prospector. They did not like what they saw with that pickaxe in action. So he's going to be taking how many? 8 attacks? 8 shots. Actually, should I do these individually? No, I can't. Oops. How do I remove some? Okay, there we go. So, 8 rolls. So, there are 4 pluses. So they managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits on him, which could deal 12 damage, but he still gets his 4+ defense bonus, so you got 6 hits, right? So, oof, he still takes. Did I do this right? I'm getting the feeling I didn't do this right. No, I did. So he took 8 points of damage. I wish he had armor. He would have. So he took 8 points of damage. I mean, he's bloodied. He's bloodied. Next is going to be... That's right, this guy has the wound. Oops. If I move there, I'm going to move her up so that she can see both of them. 1, 2, 3. So now she can see everybody. Actually, I kind of want her out of range of those two. Now, she's going to attack these. Well, if I put her here, she'll see them. She won't see them, but they won't see her either. just put her here because her primary thing is to take these two guys out. And she's out of range of these two guys. So she's going to fire 2 shots. First, let's roll for grit. See if she gets her grit back. No. And she's going to fire her hunting rifle at those two. I'm going to spend a grit to re-roll because did not hit with either one of them. She gets a crit. And she needs a 4+, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so she does get a crit, so it's... I mean, she could just off that guy. Because technically, even if I roll the 1, that's 4 damage, because she's getting +3. On top of that, he'd be dead. I can just... He's already got 1 wound on him, though. I might just go ahead and off this guy. Because he's... I want the Prospector to go in there, so... This could go good or bad. If I roll a 1, I just need to roll a 2+. So, alright. And it's on a D8. I hate when I'm overconfident. Okay, good. So, she blasts 5 damage, +3. So, yeah, he's a goner. So now, he's not being... The Prospector is now free to move. And it happens to be his turn. So I'm going to lock those 2 guys down for sure because I don't want them getting their free attacks at the end of this turn on initiative 1. So the Prospector is going to roll for grit because he's only got 1 grit. He gets it back. Good boy. And he's going to move up 1, 2, 3. So he locks them down. He's going to kind of pressure them to go this direction. And he's gonna huck his heavy pickaxe at them. It's a 2 combat at D8. I rolled a D8 on that last attack, didn't I? It was a D6. Well, either way, it's 5. I gotta remember that. Keep thinking about the pickaxe. And I keep thinking the hunting rifle does more damage than a D6, but either way, all I needed was a 2+. So the pickaxe does 2d8 on attack roll. I'm gonna re-roll that. So that's 1 crit. So it's whatever I roll +1. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on. If I put it on this guy, he's dead. It feels like a waste because it is a crit, so I'm ignoring defense. But I'd have to roll a 4 in order to kill him. That's actually a pretty good number. I'm just gonna go ahead and off this guy. Why not? That's less attacks next turn. Guaranteed. So even if I rolled a 1, it'd be a 1+1, so it'd be 5 damage. He'd have 5 wounds, he'd be dead. So he's gone. It don't matter. So he's there by himself, he's locked down. It's initiative 1. Normally they would get their firefight rule, but they're adjacent to heroes, so they don't get their additional ranged attack. So then it's now it's going to be the Enforcer. I'm going to let the Enforcer just kind of move around him. He's still adjacent to this target, so he doesn't have to make an escape test. So he's now adjacent to both targets. So this way I can kind of decide if I can move attacks around if I need to. So he's going to use his Outlaw Club. First, let's roll for initiative. For grit. And he's not going to get it. But he's going to roll 2d6 at 3+. I know he can do better than this. Oh well. That's too bad. So he's going to take one of those hits and he's going to put it on the guy who's already got damage on him. So he's getting +1 against a medium-based model. So it's only -2 to what I roll. So what would I need? A 4+? Or is it 5+? No, I don't know. math is just not working for me right now. Let me go and see what I roll for damage. It's a 5. So +1 to the attack damage. -3, right? Because there are 3 defense. Or you know what? We'll just say -2 because I'm getting the +1. So -2, it's a 3. He has got 1 health point left. So that's the end of the activation rounds, and now we move on to hold back the darkness. Shockblazer, what's up, bro? How was the stream yesterday? Shootout rules. I don't get them. So we have to make an 8+ roll now against Hold Back the Darkness. We got 11, so we did good. It was great, man. Would you want to play with us sometime? Yeah, dude. I mean, if it's... I mean, what? Just let me know what game it is. I have Aliens Fire Team. I keep forgetting what it's called. Well, I got the game that you all played yesterday, and I actually beat it with the expansion. Love the game. I have the officer class unlocked and everything. It's a blast. I'd be more than willing to play, but it's like, I think it's only a 3-player game, and if it's, you know, you, Lance, and Miss Bush playing, I mean, it's already 3, but there are some other games that we could probably play. I think Lance gifted out a whole bunch of Predator games. I've never played Predator, so I'm not sure what to expect from that one. But I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of itching for some Repo, or even some Peak, and definitely some Murky Divers. Moose and I played that fishing game the other day. It was different, man. It was pretty funny because it's just so freaky. It's just like all these weird things are happening while you're just fishing. So we passed the Hold Back Darkness test. Goes back around initiative order. Of course, these douchebags are first because they're initiative 4. That is true. We need to just game together soon in general, either way. Yeah, I agree, man. Gotta find something to play. I'm not 100% sure what I'm in the mood for. I just kind of want to play. That's just how I'm feeling. I mean, Repo's always a blast. As long as it's not the modded version. I don't know what to say, man. Every time we played the modded version of the game, it's less frightening and less fun for me. Because it's like, we get so powerful after everybody basically builds up all the power-ups. It's like, every time we see a monster now, it's like, go get them. It's not, let's hide anymore. It's, I don't know, it just took, to me, it took the personality out of the game with the mods. But Peak is a blast. I think they added a whole bunch of stuff to it. I think they added the desert biome to it now. And then, of course, we still haven't played Murky Diver since the update, and they're actually making an October update, too. If I remember correctly, it's adding a new monster and a new biome. But definitely, you got to play some games. Yeah, we'll find something. So they get to go first. There's only 2 of them now. They're both kind of locked down, but they will actually make their escape tests. Yeah, that's fair. And honestly, Murky Diver sounds sick. It does. I mean, what? It's up to 8-player, or was it 6-player? I don't remember. I want to say it was 8-player, because you had the 2-player sub, 1 to 2-player sub, and you had the 4-player sub. And I remember there's one night where we played like with a big group of people. And I want to say it was 8 players. So I think there was 4 of us on the top deck, 4 of us on the bottom deck, and we were just screaming at each other because none of us knew how to work the radio, except for Moose. I think Moose was the one who actually knew how to use the radio while we're all just screaming. We can see each other through the glass, and we're screaming at each other. And we were all very inebriated. It was hilarious. 32-player Murky Divers? Are you kidding me? That's chaos, man. But what I love about it is that, unlike Repo, we can fight the monsters, but in Murky Divers, you really, like, all you can do is shock them. So, I can only imagine how chaotic 32-player would be, like, constantly bringing the monsters out to the submarine. But like I said, I'll never, ever forget the time we played where we were arguing in the submarine. As the hatch was opening, we just see Mad Arts just floating there dead. What happened to Mad Arts? Like, just when we started the level. If you watch his stream, we actually forgot him. We left him over by the statue inside the whale's stomach. We left him inside the whale's stomach by the statue. I guess he never followed us, and we just left. And I guess the game spawned him outside the submarine at the beginning, and he was like drowning the entire time trying to get to the hatch, and he just happens to like drown the moment we open the hatch. It is hilarious. It's really, I wish we could get all our shots, all our angles, all the action at that time at the same time to show what happened. Yeah, that was a good time. But I miss our game nights. Wherever we get together for Repo, it's always hilarious. But there's plenty of other games too that have some chaos in it. Oh my god, bro, that was the funniest thing ever. The mass confusion as to why he was there was amazing. Yes, it was, bro. So they're gonna do their escape tests for their shootout, and they need what was it, 4 pluses? Yeah, they need 4 pluses. So the first guy does not make it. The second guy here also doesn't make it. So they're stuck in place, but they're going to change their targets. This guy's in range of all of them. This guy isn't. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm going to commit a stream day to a community stream day. That way we can ensure we all have a game night together. I'm all for it, man. Just let me know when is a good time for you. To me, I've always been thinking... I've always felt like Friday nights are like our best stream nights together. Like, Saturdays were great too, but I felt like everybody was able to get together on a Friday night, is what it felt like. Although everybody's schedules have kind of changed over the past few months, but even recently when we got together for Repo, we had a pretty decent sized group. It was for what we did. So I guess what we should do is probably just take a poll, like in your Discord, or even the Bros Discord somewhere. Probably your Discord, put up a poll asking everybody, hey, for community night, what's a good night for us all to get together and play? Because I miss playing with Cheshire. I miss playing, like, Moose and I still, we'll play games together occasionally. Eric's always a blast to play with. Of course, me and you, we always have a blast. And then Miss Bush is hilarious. I love playing with Miss Bush. Lance can't... Gotta love Lance. Dude's hilarious. Like, and Mad Arts. Like, we got a solid group of players, man. And I'm just like, I'm always anxious and waiting for you all to, like, one night just be like, hey, community game night. I miss those. I also need to make a trip to Specs and get some alcohol. Allows me to be a little bit more open. Whoops. So... yeah, I'll see what the consensus would be on a day and commit to that one. Hell yeah, man. So, he's in range of everybody, so I'm going to go ahead and do the normal roll to see who he's targeting. He's targeting Prospector. They still hate the Prospector, and this guy can't reach the... well, actually, can he? No. He's going to go after one of these two. They... seriously hate the Prospector. Like, they have been taking shots on this guy non-stop. So, like I said, I think when he just mutilated that one mutant, I think they all took offense to that. So they're all taking shots at him. That's 4 shots. Sorry, that's a 3. 4 shots at 4 plus apiece. Did he just... they all missed. Every shot was missed. Oh, these guys are terrible. These are terrible bandits. So that's the end of that. Oh, yeah, they failed their movement, so they just took their shots, and that's it. Next is the Rancher. She is not quite in range of all of them, but I'm going to have her move up so that she is in range of all of them, and she can start taking pop shots. Luckily, she has her upgraded hunting rifle. She's going to take 2 shots with it. First, I need to roll grit. I keep forgetting I got to do that. So here's her grit roll. Does not get any. And she fires 2 shots into them. She only gets 1. And I'm going to put it on the guy who's already got a wound on him. She's getting +3 to this. They got a 3 defense, so it's whatever I roll. If I rolled a 1, he'd be dead. So he's a goner. Why not make it a guaranteed death, right? Next, I'm going to have... It's the end of her turn. Next, it's the Prospector with his initiative 2. And he's going to swing his heavy pickaxe at him. First, he's going to make his grit roll. Close, but didn't get it. And he's going to make his 2 combat hits. He gets both hits with the pickaxe. This is going to hurt him. Gonna lurk while I get some dinner. Be right back. Sounds good, bro. If you want a game tonight, let me know, because I'd be up for that, a Sunday night gaming. Or even just hanging out and chilling in Discord, because I plan on playing some games tonight. But I'll catch you in a bit, bro. Thank you for the lurk. Next. So he made... What did I roll? 2 hits. So he's going to now see how much damage he does to him. It's a +1, so we'll just say -2 to each hit. What just happened here? Okay. What just happened here with the dice? Okay, I'm going to redo all this because Dice app is acting up for me. So, 2 to hit. So 1 hit. And then -2 to the roll. So 1 damage. He did 1 damage to the guy. Next, it's initiative 1. The Scafford gang member couldn't escape, so he's not going to get his extra attack because he's adjacent to 2 hero models. So next is the Enforcer. It's not too bad. Alright, and he's going to make his grit roll first. Does not get it. His 2 combat at 3+. 2 5s, that's good. He's getting a +1, so we'll say -2. Yeah, -2 to these rolls. Oh god, yeah, he's dead. Because that would be 4. That's just enough to kill him right there. And then on top of that, the 1 damage. So we killed all the Scafford gang members. It's the end of the activation for everybody. Everybody went around, had their turn. So now we get to actually roll for recovery. Everybody gets... So how recovery works, per usual, is everybody gets 1d3 to spread any way they want across their wounds and their sanity. If anybody did not activate, they get d6 or a grit. If anybody was KO'd, they're basically recovered. They get their injury or their madness or whatever it is that took them down, and then they get 2d6 plus a grit. So, or is it just 2d6? No, it's just 2d6. So everybody's going to roll a 1d3. So the Rancher gets 1, which, hey, whatever. She's got good sanity, so I'm just going to give her... That is a lot of sanity damage, though. She's got 14 sanity with 6. 14 health with 4. Sanity could screw me over big. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove the sanity. Next is going to be the... I was going to call him Prostitute because I see P-R-O-S. And I'm like, it's the Prospector, Tony. So 1d3. So he's getting 2 back I'm going to give him his health back, because he did take a lot of damage at one point. And then the Enforcer gets 2 back. I mean, I could go either way. I'll just do 1 each. Or, actually, his health is good. Sanity's about the same. I might just... I'm going to give him his wounds back. Actually, no, his sanity. His sanity rolls are horrible, and I think he actually has more health. Yeah. So I'll get rid of the sanity. So that's the end of the combat. We now get to roll for loot on everybody. So let's go ahead and do that. My favorite part of the game. So one loot. Run loot. We get a Darkstone shard for the Rancher. Sweet. We'll put that in the Darkstone chest, so we don't have to take those stupid rolls anymore. And now it's for the Prospector. Oh yeah. Please roll a 6. 3's good enough. 75 times 2, so 150 gold, because he gets double gold and Darkstone on his loot and scavenge. 150, yeah. You just had a brain fart for a second there. So 150 for that, and then secondly, the Enforcer. What does he gain? Oh wow. He gets 250? 250 gold. We're kind of getting back to being rich again, everybody. That's a good feeling. So 250 gold there. We are now back. What do we got here? 55, 100. So we got 955 gold. Not bad. So let's go ahead and put those cards away. We defeated them. Took some damage, but we defeated them. Luckily, we were able to lock them down and stall them from getting extra attacks. That was the important thing. And we also have 2... Should have been the second one. There it is. We have 2 clue tokens. We just need 1 more. So I'll go ahead and we'll switch the music back. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Suspenseful music. This is why I love this app. Again, Syrinscape. I can't recommend them enough. Some amazing sounds and ambience. Just if you ever use it for your streams or anything that's VOD, make sure you follow their rules for crediting. They actually have like a web page that you actually can find the music or find the bits that you're using, put them in there, and it just creates a credit link that you can add to your stream. And also let them know that you're using it, because they can promote you, which I've been failing to do. So we're now, once again, adventuring, and I'm going to get rid of this tile for now. So I don't see us going back. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't see us going back. And those are two different exits. And we are now doing Hold Back the Darkness. 8+. Are those doubles? We just rolled doubles. This is the canyon, so I need to get the doubles book out for that. I think it would just be easier if I just grabbed the books. So I have to go through all these files to find the right one. I do have it, and honestly, I want to add it to the stream. So it'd be cool if I can just press a button and it pops up on the screen. done. That's probably going to be my next goal. Although I do want to add the town stay elements. I still got a ways to go to make this thing perfect. And even if I get that done, I still have more. You know how it is. When you get into something, you can't help but think about more ideas. So, what do we have? This is the canyon. It's one of these. That's the mine depths. Fortress. Again, mine depths, but the other world's for the other two. No, these are for the third Kickstarter. There we go, canyon depths. So we rolled 4s. So what? Oh yeah, we've done this before. Okay, so what ended up happening right after the battle, after we took the scaffold down, for all we know, they probably had like some type of trap there as a last resort. A rock slide happened. So the canyon cliffs are unstable and prone to rock slides. Each hero in the canyons immediately takes D3 hits that do 3 damage a pop. Luckily, we do get our defense rolls against this. So, first and foremost, the Rancher takes 1. Does she avoid it? She does. The Prospector, he takes 2. Camera's flipping out on me. He avoids 1. He avoids the other. And then the Enforcer takes 3 hits. But he's a 3+. He does not avoid 1, therefore he takes 3 points of damage. Yeah, it hurt him pretty well. Okay, so that's the end of that. Since we rolled doubles, of course, the darkness... Wow, darkness hasn't done anything. The darkness does not go up or down when you have a depth event. So it just stands still. So next thing we're going to do is... Which door are we closest to? We still... Oh! We had a depth event. So we get to roll to see if the heavy rain goes away. It actually was pretty helpful during that combat. It stopped them from shooting at the Rancher. And I want that. She's support, and I want her to heal and take her shots with her hunting rifle. Let's take a look. So whenever a depth event is rolled while holding back the darkness, roll a d6. On a 5+, the guard is gone. I kind of want it gone. There's part of me who likes it for the combat, but it's slowing us down because it dropped our movement from a 4 to what, a 3? Yeah, we're negative. It dropped us -1 movement, which sucks. The heavy rain stopped. God, this music's actually working out really well for this. I love how it goes from that to combat and into this. So next, we are going to... We did the hold back to darkness. We had a depth event. The heavy rain stopped. And now we're back to initiative order. The Rancher's going to go first. Everybody's got their movement back. Oh, we did forget to do the grit rolls at the beginning of the fight because of the canyons. And they didn't ambush, so they didn't get their defense. But either way, whoops. Yeah, that's a my bad. I forgot about this card right here. Oops. I should have used that card. That's okay. It would have benefited me a lot more. Some of them were at max grit too anyway, so I don't think it would have mattered. So the Rancher is going to move up 1, 2, 3. I don't really want her going all the way. Actually, you know what? 4. And she's going to peer into that room. Why not? Her scavenge isn't all that great anyway. So I figured this would be a good opportunity for her to basically do the grunt work while the other guys just kind of roll up. So she looks through that room and she finds another long passage. So we go down once on the posse marker, and let me go get the long passage. I think I can just reach in here and grab it. No, I need to actually see. I'm not that confident. That's a long passage. There we go. Now, since it's just a hallway passage, it doesn't add to the. We don't get a exploration token on it, so boomer. But I'm pretty sure the next room will be. And she's gonna go ahead and yeah, she's just peered into that room. That was her turn. Next is going to be the prospector. He's gonna roll for grit. I don't remember if I did that with her. Does not make it. Prospector's gonna move up his 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna scavenge this room. He gets 3 dice on his scavenges. He manages to get one. He has not had good luck so far. And there we have it. His scavenging has been some of the worst so far. He has been nothing but popping up darkness. He's been finding darkness and now growing dread. But anyway, chilling dread, scavenge. What you find in the shadows only confirms the doom that awaits you all. Draw a growing dread card and add it to the stack. I'll be right back and grab that. You're on me. I swear I had them here. Tiles, artifacts. Yeah, because these are all tiles. Worlds, it's in here. Dread. These guys. Yeah, I will add these. Again, I will add these to the game one day. That big ass deck right here. I was actually very shocked at yesterday's game when we had how many of these? 4 of them? They were pretty bad. They just kept knocking them down, dropping them by their sanity, health. We still managed to win. I was shocked. And we're level 1. But it just shows you that even if you're level 1, the gear that you have makes a big difference. So we'll just go ahead and put that there. And we have Juan, growing dread card. That just pisses me off every time he is the prospector. He gets all these bonuses, all these great things for scavenging and looting. And all he's been doing this game so far is finding growing dread and darkness. He makes me mad. Does he need to heal? Is that 8 damage or 6? It's 6 damage. And he's got 6 sanity. To which he's got 14. Doesn't he have a bonus? No, he doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna wait. The next time he takes any damage or sanity, I'm going to use that canteen. So the Enforcer's turn. Which he also has his tattoo. Once per adventure, fully heal your health. Doesn't have enough damage yet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move him up. He's gonna roll for his grit first. He gets a grit back, and he's gonna move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because he's got his boots. He's wearing his very fancy boots. That brought him up an additional movement, and since normally he's the one checking rooms, but since the rancher went ahead and did it, I'm going to have him also do the scavenge. So this room was scavenged. And now this room's going to be scavenged by the Enforcer. And he gets a +1 scavenge for mercenary. He finds nothing. This hallway is clean. So he does nothing. It's the end of the activation. And now we once again, go ahead and get rid of this. We go down the initiative. I swear one of these days I'm going to fix the initiative button thing. 8+. So, once again, the prospector lifts up his lantern and says, "Darkness, I'm holding you." And he does not hold him back. So, we failed. Therefore, the darkness for once finally comes forward. Beginning of the round, the rancher is going to roll for grit. He's going to roll for grit. Does not get it. And she moves up her... Perfect. She moves up 1, 2, 3, 4. The room wasn't scavenged yet, so she's going to go ahead and scavenge. Oh, I'm getting scared of scavenging. She finds something. Seriously, I like every time I press this button, I now just fear it. Ah, there we go. Useful discovery. Draw a gear card. Let's see what we found. Hopefully it's something good. I hope I can tell you. We found a pickaxe. +1 combat. Oh, it's a one-hander. So, once per turn, when collecting Darkstone, you may collect 1 extra Darkstone. It's a one-hander. You know what? The Outlaw is wearing a one-handed Outlaw club. We're on the same tile, so we can trade. We're not in combat. We're on the same tile. We can go ahead and trade. I'm going to give him that pickaxe. So it gives him +1 combat. So he's now at 3. That's awesome. So he's at a 3 combat, and that's the beauty about this, is that even though it gives him a +1 combat, I still get, because of that, I still get the bonus rules from the other hand. That's what I love about dual wielding. You get all these bonuses, but sometimes even the two-handed weapons tend to be a little better. I mean, for example, look, that heavy pickaxe has just been amazing, but still. Once per turn, when collecting Darkstone, you may collect 1 more. That's awesome. So this is awesome for the Enforcer. This gives me more chances to crit. And I like that. The only thing is that pickaxe does not have any upgrade slots. And I would like to have another weapon with an upgrade slot. So she found that, and that's awesome. So that room's also been scavenged. Just go ahead and grab a scavenge token from here somewhere. You know, I used to have little resin models of Darkstone. It's grit. There they are. That I used to use for this. I don't know where I put them. So this room has been scavenged. Next is the Prospector. He's going to roll for his grit, and he does not get it. And he's going to... Let me fix this here. And he's going to move on up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And even though this room has been scavenged, the beautiful thing about the Prospector is that he does have a special rule. And it's because I chose his Eagle Eye subclass. So you may scavenge a map tile even if it is already has a scavenge marker on it. Limit 1 extra scavenge per map tile. So he gets to scavenge it even if it's been scavenged once. But he also gets to roll 1 extra scavenge die. He's pretty awesome in that. But every time he's rolled for scavenge, it has not been great. Does not get it. So that's the end of his turn. The Enforcer is going to roll for... He's full grit, so he doesn't need to. So he's going to move on up and peek through this room. We'll go ahead and get rid of this room here. Chances are this is going to be the boss room. Our chance of that happening is really high, because I think we got rid... I think there's like 1 more exploration token that doesn't have a clue token on it. So he's going to peek through, and he's going to find another mid-passage. That's amazing. It's just one long hallway. I'm sure that's a boss fight at the end of it. So we peeked through. It's the end of that. We also went down the depth track one. And now it's we're back to initiative order and hold back the darkness 8+. Does everybody have a grit? No, but if everybody had a grit, I might have been able to cancel this. Hold on. Transdimensional warp jump. Not going to use that yet unless I need to. But I have not seen what the depth event 2 does, but we're about to find out. Dark Dread. Things are looking more and more bleak by the moment. Draw a growing dread card and add it to the stack. Oh no. Okay, so this is about to get crazy. What time is it? Okay. So, oof. So we failed to hold back the darkness. The darkness doesn't come out because we did another depth event. And we're now moving on to initiative order. Rancher, please give me a grit. She needs a grit really bad. She's going to move up her 1, 2, 3, 4 and do a scavenge in this room. She can totally do that. Double ones. I'm rolling those pretty often. And then we're going to have the prospector roll for grit. Nothing. Moves up to 1, 2, 3, 4. He's also going to do a scavenge, but he gets a 3 roll. He does manage to find 1, but he has a record of being terrible at this, so let's see what happens. Something shiny. So, there's something back there. Roll a d6. Oh, this could be good in so many different ways. Oh, hell yeah! Okay, so we found an artifact card for this area, for the canyon. Let's see what we get. One random card. Oh! I found a highwayman's shotgun. So it's a range 4, 2 shots, uses the d8s to hit, and peril die for damage, meaning I won't get anything lower than a 3. So it's like, peril die is, I think 2 sides are 3, 2 sides are 4, and then a 5 and a 6. So your chances of actually doing damage are actually pretty decent. Oh, man, that actually kind of sucks, though, because I do like weapons that do a d8 instead of a peril die, even though you have that chance of getting a 1. Declare the target of each shot as it is fired, rolling to hit and damage at the same time. Whenever you kill an enemy with this gun, gain 25 bucks. It's got 3 upgrade slots. It's worth a lot of money. I might just sell it. And how the rules for selling in this game work is it's half the value. So if you go to the town stay and you go to any shop, is it any shop? I'm pretty sure it's any shop. You can actually resell, sell this for half the value. You just kind of get that back. I do like the idea that it has 3 slots though, because you can actually make this thing far better with extra damage. Because if you can roll a guaranteed 3, because a lot of monsters have 3 defense, so at that point, if you start putting on extra damage on this thing, that would help. It's pretty sweet. Not as great as I was hoping for it to be, but that's what the card looks like. So that's what he found. And next is the Enforcer. He's going to move up his 4, even though he has 5 movement. Once again, he's going to peer into that room. If this is another hallway, man, that's flipping great. Nope, he finds the underground spring, which we've actually saw yesterday before we had our boss fight. This is a nice big room, too. here somewhere. I know you are. Let's see, put it over there. There we go. And who did this? Oh, it was him. Okay, so he'll have it. And he can't use guns. And I like her hunting rifle better already. It's only a D6 on damage, but it's a +3 of damage for this turn. It's +2 damage base, but +3 damage because of the rounds that I put into it. So I'll get rid of this hallway. Come on. It was loose before. What happened? There we go. And it goes like this. I am certain we're going to see combat here. We put an exploration token on it. Here's hoping that it's a clue. If it's a clue, we've finished it, and now we're fighting a boss. So it's the end of his turn. We now do the exploration of this room. We happen to find the last one that did not have a token on it, and it's pretty awful. So one doorway, so we'll roll to see which doorway. Number 1, so it's this way. That way's closed up. I'm gonna not bother with that, so just do this for now. So we need to go this way, and we have a depth event, so let's roll a d6. Please don't be able. Okay, good. 5. 5 shouldn't be too bad. A feeling of being watched. You can't shake the feeling that you are being watched from the cliff sides. The next attack in the... Oh, really? The next attack in the canyons is automatically an ambush. If that is already the case, instead, ambush attack, draw a threat card. Does that mean I'm fighting more monsters? Well, either way... Oh, God. Okay, this could be bad if I actually end up getting a darkness card that starts a combat. That is an ambush. Horde encounter, which we're about to pull right now. Wow, really? Balls, man. All right, moving on. The encounter. Sand scorpions. We've dealt with this before. Crawling up out of the sand, a swarm of deadly scorpions erupts all around you, pinching and striking with their lethal tails. Everybody makes a Strength 5+ test. If successful, gain 15 XP as you fight off the scorpion swarm, crushing them underfoot and smashing them with your fists. If failed, take D6 wounds, ignoring defense. Either way, for every 1 roll during this test, you gain bleeding markers. Crap. Bleeding sucks. So we need to make strength checks. Everybody has a good strength, which is good and bad, because if they roll 1s at all, yep, if you roll 1s at all during this test, you get bleeding markers, and bleeding markers just straight up drop your health, and not as in like taking wounds, like until you can get rid of the bleeding markers, your health is lowered. I hate this card. This is like the second time it came up. So, the rancher, that shouldn't be a problem, though. Either way, for everyone. That is just so much crap. So, she's rolling 3 strength. She manages to fight them off. And she rolled 2 1s. Let me go get the bleeding markers. I'm gonna need them for this, because I'm not gonna remember how much health she has, and if I remember correctly, I think it's -3 or -4 health each marker. Shootout tokens. poison. So, bleeding tokens, and I also need the card for bleeding. It's right there. But she's already got 2 bleeding tokens on her, which is really bad. That would drop her down. She's already got 4 wounds. Here's bleeding. I'll just go ahead and put the shootout card back. Insane scorpions. So, bleeding markers, bleeding status effect. A model is -3 health for each bleeding marker it currently has. This is -3 to your maximum health, not wounds. A hero reduced to 0 health is KO'd. How many? 3? So -6. She's pretty close. So right now she's at, what would it be, at 8 health? She's got 4 health away before dying. How do we get rid of these things? Wow. I need grit to get rid of them. So she is right now -6 to her maximum health. Till I can get rid of those, or till the end of the adventure. Alright, Prospector's turn. He gets 4 of these bad boys. This is a 5. So he voids them, but he also does get a bleeding marker, so he's -3 to his health. Which is not good. That brings him down to a 13. And... ouch. And then there's the Enforcer. Also has 4 strength. Same thing. Gets a bleeding token. He might... No, he's not dead. He's close. Well, actually, this would take away... So he's getting health from his tattoo. So he's technically right now -1 to what his maximum health is. So he's at a 9 health. He's got 5. So he's got 4 hit points left. This next battle's not looking good. And those Growing Dread cards might end this whole adventure. Wow. That encounter was worse than the depth event. I might actually have to start using heals. So that's the end of that. That was the exploration. Now we have to do the Hold Back the Darkness. Where's Hold Back? There it is. Did I drop us down on this? I don't think we did. So 8+. Let's see if the lantern holds it back. No, it does not. So we have to draw a darkness card. Swarm of rats. I'm back! Welcome back, shop. What'd you get for dinner? So, swarm of rats, what does that say? A scurrying tide of rats pours through the passage, swarming over the heroes and passing by. Each hero takes 2 corruption. Ooh. Oh, God. Takes 2 corruption hits, gains 20 XP, and must then pass an agility 4+ test, or discard 1 side bag token, which I don't think I have any right now. Because I don't have any dynamite. So, 2 corruption hits. Each. Some people might die. Or might mutate. So first, we'll do the Rancher. She's only got 1 corruption on her. So, she needs to make a 2d6 at 4+ willpower save against these corruption hits. She's perfectly fine. The rats do nothing to her. Next is the Prospector. at 5+. If he fails both of these, actually he does not mutate because he does have, hold on, corruption resistance. Yeah, so he has, right now, he can hold up to 6 corruption because of his corruption resistance, which I should have added that at the beginning when we played at the beginning of the week. So 2 at 5+, he fails both of them. He's now at 5 corruption. He is 1 away from mutating. He still has his nose problem since that doctor botched it. Yeah, the nose mutation. The Enforcer is now making his 2 at 5+ as well. Fails both, and guess what that means? He happened to be at 3. He takes 5 mutation to mutate. Oh, actually, he's higher than that. He's got 4 corruption on him, so he's gonna have 1 to the side here. I had a chicken Caesar salad wrap with some. Oh man, I love chicken Caesar salad wraps, dude. Nice. Where'd you get it from, or did you make it yourself? So he's gonna mutate. Let me see if I need the mutation chart. Oh, I had like 2 at the beginning of the stream. There we go. What do we have? So mutations to roll a D36, which is 3d6. Roll 2 dice of different color. Oh, okay. Where one of them is the 10. I'm gonna have to add that to my dice roller. Then I'm gonna have to have 2 different colored dice. Okay. It was good, and the wife and I went to this local place down the road from our house. Dude, like, I don't care what anybody says, like, local places are some of the best. Mom and pop shops or locally or privately owned restaurants are some of the best restaurants, especially when their specialties always tend to be insane. Yeah, like, I get tired of chains. Everything tastes the same. Like, every time I go to an Arby's, I'm like, man, I swear to God, everything's made out of a what is it? A roast beef paste or something. Even their burgers, they all taste the same. But good for you, man. I love local places that are privately owned, and they tend to give you a lot more, you know. And on top of that, it's just better quality food for the most part. So I'm gonna roll 1 die. That's gonna be the 10ths, and the other die. So here's the 10ths. 20. 21 is what he rolled. Oh god, okay. So the Enforcer mutated. Oh dude, it's great. Plus their fries are all crisp and thick, which is yum. Yeah, dude, crispy fries, man. I love them. So the Enforcer mutated. He's got glowing skin. Your skin begins to give off an eerie green glow that lights up the corridors around you. You are now immune to voices in the dark, but enemies also hit you onto hit rolls of 1. Oh, okay, so on top of, doesn't say 1+, so rolls of 1. So basically, if they crit fail, they hit you. So that means that if they're like a 5 or a 4+ or a 3+, no matter what, they still hit you on a 1. That's insane, dude. Well, that sucks for the Enforcer. So we have the glowing Enforcer with the chest wounds. Oh, that was the darkness card. Everybody's bleeding, everybody's dying out. This is just not going well. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this out. What was this card again? Okay, so far we haven't really run into any undead guys, so that's good. But I do have to remember the next time we fight somebody, if they ambush, which they are getting the ambush rule. Right? Damn. That means we're going to get +2 defense. Okay, so back to the beginning of the round. The Rancher is going to move up her 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And she's, yeah, that's right. She's got to roll for her grit first. So there's so much happening right now, and like trying to remember all the things that can happen because the next combat, a lot's gonna come up. So she did her scavenge, nothing. The Prospector, he's gonna move up his 4, but first he'll do his grit roll. Got nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to do his scavenge, although his scavenge has just been awful. Finds nothing. I'm actually kind of grateful for that. And then this guy, he's going to move up his... First, he's going to do his grit. He's at max grit, so there's no point in doing it. And he's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite. Kind of want him to move up one more, and I want to unlock that door. But I also... I don't want them to be too far behind, so I'm going to have him scavenge since this room hasn't been scavenged yet. What happened? He got 1. So he found 1 item. Or he scavenged 1. Oh, he found 25 gold. Seriously, my butt puckers every time we do these scavenges now, because this is just, it's been awful. There it is. We are sitting on a fat stack of cash. So that's the end of the turn. We'll move along to the... Get rid of these cards. We move along to the Hold Back the Darkness. Once again at 8+. Here's hoping that... Yeah, we got a 9. We got a 9. So nothing comes out. Beginning of the turn, we have the Rancher. She's going to roll for her grit. Please, for the love of God, get a grit. No. Well, she does have once per adventure. I'm going to wait till we actually get into combat to use that. So 1, 2, 3. And she's going to peer into that room. And what she's going to find is another room and hopefully the boss fight. Yes. Okay, so we found the ceremonial circle. This couldn't have actually gone any better. I mean, I'm sure that's the boss fight room. And what's better than a room that has a ceremonial circle in it? There it is. And it's going which direction? This way. So we'll get rid of this room. This back here. And we'll move this over. These guys just keep coming this way because I keep pulling them. Phrasing. So we'll go ahead and do this. So she's found that room. There's now... I do really need to warm these tiles up and flatten them. They have bent too much. There's an exploration token. Should be all we need. And... She peeked through the room, she did her thing. The Prospector is going to roll for grit. Does not get it. But he does move up 1, 2, 3. I kind of don't want them to scavenge because I just get the feeling that this is going to be bad if I do. But I'm going to go ahead and put him there. At the entrance of the room. No, actually, I want to protect the Rancher. And I'll have him scavenge. I mean, chances are he's not going to find anything. Okay, he does. And that means he's going to find... nothing. Okay, that's fine. So that room's now been scavenged. And we'll move up. The Enforcer, he's already at full grit, so we don't have to roll for grit, but he'll move up 1, 2... Whoops. He'll move up 1, 2, and kind of guard the Rancher. God, I really need her to get grit because I want her to start healing everybody. We fight beasts. That blood pot's coming out. I've been dying to use that. So he can't scavenge the room because it's already been scavenged. So we're going to move on now to the exploration part of the exploration phase. And we find the final clue. So we ignore the encounters, we ignore the door. Now we're fighting a hard mode monster. And they are in ambush mode, if I remember correctly. I think it was from a darkness card that they're in ambush mode. So they're going to surround us. And in this world, on ambush, they get a +2 defense for the first turn. That sucks. But we do get a chance to get our grits back. So that's a good thing. But let's go ahead and change the music here. Again, I'm using an app called Syrinscape, and it has a whole bunch of ambient background music, ambient sounds, all that, and it's all categorized. You can just kind of cycle through them, change the sounds and volumes and all. It's a really great app for D&D and board games. Highly recommend it. And we now are going to go from the suspenseful music to battle music. How am I going to do this? Because when the card comes up, I do need space. Go over there. Come on. I'm going to need this area to show you all what's going on. Because the center of the screen is going to be taken up by the monster card. I'm going to have to find another way to display the monster card because I kind of want everything to be center screen. I wonder if I can put the monster card here at the corner. No, we'll figure that out another time. So we are going to now pull out a... Hopefully it's not an undead. If it's an undead, they get so many bonuses. We're taking on a high threat card, so we go ahead and pull Mad Arts! Hello and greetings, sexy. I love the underground lake and the music is divine. Yes, it is, sir. How you doing, Mad Arts, bro? Welcome. Oh, God. Oh, I haven't fought one of those yet. 1 Takobaki Cannon and Peril Dice Takobaki Spearmen. Now, I fought the Spearmen and they... oh, God, these guys regenerate and it sucks. Oh, or 1 threat card if you do not have... But I do have the Takobaki Spearmen, so we will be fighting them. So, I haven't fought the cannon yet. I'm scared out of my mind on how much damage that can do. That's a boss fight. That's awesome. So, let me go get the models, and then actually, first, let me go ahead and get the monster cards up and running. So, I need to type them in. It's the Takobaki Cannon. Takobaki Cannon. Mad-Arts! There's 1. And the second monster card, Takobaki Spearmen. I seem to be running into these guys often. Ever since I got the Enforcer involved in this not campaign, but in this game, the Forbidden Fortress monsters have been coming out much more often. I think that's it. I hope I spelled it right. Yep. So, 1 cannon, and how many of the spearmen are going to join us? 3. So, we get the least amount. I got lucky. So, sorry for the mess. I'm constantly trying to find a different way to... oh, there's so many models. Which one is this? not finding the cannon. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty wild fight. We'll take a look at the card here for in a second to see what they do. So they're not undead, so that card's not a big deal. It is an ambush, though, which is going to be weird for the cannon. Maybe you can have a little slideshow always showing the characters' cards, and the monster cards can be added while you show it in the middle. That way you don't have to have it all the time. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, because it's like I do want it up because, of course, I need to reference it. I really want to put the camera right there because I keep looking up at the mic. I'm thinking I might try to set it down here. It's just I like it in the center like that because it's nice and big, so I can actually read it. And as far as the character card's concerned, there's an awful lot in this. So I'm also tracking all the tokens that are happening right now, like for example the corruption points, mutations. Because right now this guy has a mutation. What did he have? I forgot what I rolled already. There's a 21. The glowing skin. So enemies are always hitting him on a 1 roll as well. But that's the problem with I'm noticing with trying to stream board games that are live and using the pieces, is that you need a lot of cameras, you need a lot of angles, you need to have things moving in and out all the time. That's why I'm loving the idea of trying to scan and put everything inside the stream so I can just pop it on and off. One thing I want to do is I do want to make it so that when I do certain actions, the card will go away. But I can't quite do that in OBS right now. Shot my brother from a crazy wonderful woman. Do that ass. Smack it. Tony, have I ever told you that I'm jealous of your big heart because it's pumping inside you instead of me? I'm flattered, Maddox. I'm flattered, bro. Love you, man. Maybe one of these, like I said, maybe one of these days we can like do a collab together. On Thursday, I'm planning on doing a paint session instead of a board game day. But the next time I do a board game day, I do kind of want to take a break from Shadows, even though once I get into this, man, I am glued to it. But I got all these new games, and I know for a fact that both of you, you and Shock, are going to go crazy over this. So first of all, I got Bloodborne. 4-player Bloodborne. It's a very action-based game. It's by Simon. So I want to give this a try before I pick up any of the expansions. Again, I keep looking over there. I want to pick this up before I get any of the expansions. But I figured you might like this. So Bloodborne, the board game, has very pretty models. And as far as showing the player cards, I think what I'm going to do is they take up a lot of space, I think. I'm going to have to read the rules and test run it first before trying it on the stream. The nice thing about Shadows of Brimstone is that the card is really just this tiny little card. It's got all the information on it. This one here has like a whole bunch of different inputs. Doesn't end there, though. Can you read that? says Elden Ring. So, Elden Ring, the board game. Now, I accidentally bought the expansion, so I wasn't reading it. I was too excited to buy it, but I did get in the core game today. And this will also be one I'm very curious to play, and I figured that y'all would probably be very interested in playing this. And I don't think we'll have a problem playing the the actual music in the background, so... If not, we can just use Syrinscape, just the same. But yeah, Elden Ring. This is the Stormvale Castle expansion. It's heavy too. We didn't break that. So, again, we're at, oh boy, this is an ambush. I'm not sure how to handle the ambush with this guy right here. The Takabaki Cannon. But anyway, let's go ahead and read the rules on them, but let me go ahead and place them in ambush order. That's initiative 1. These guys I know are initiative higher, so I'll go ahead and place them. They're going to be on... It's random rules, but... It's random per character, so actually... No, so we'll say this guy is going to be going after the Enforcer, so he's going to be right here. This guy is going to be going after the Enforcer. Now, they have reach, but I'm going to go ahead and put him here, so he's going after the Enforcer. This guy is going after the Rancher, so he's just going to be right behind her. These guys have reach, though, so they can actually, if I remember correctly, I think it's 3 spaces. They can attack targets within 3 spaces. And then, of course, the cannon. But let's take a look and see what the cannon rules are. Does it come with its own bad dragon to give the DM the ability to brutally fuck the players? Are you talking about Elden Ring, or are you talking about Shadows of Brimstone, or... Because I haven't really looked into the Elden Ring rules or anything on Elden Ring yet. Shadows of Brimstone, it's like just all the cards are just fully randomized. But let's go ahead and read the rules on the cannon. It's got a lot of rules. So it's initiative 1, so it's going to go last. Actually, no, it's not. It shares the same initiative value as the Enforcer, so it's going to go second to last. What else? I don't know. So, does it come with Bloodborne and Elden Ring? Again, I don't really know. I'd have to read the book, the rules. I don't know how the rules go on either one of those games, but I'm definitely curious. Especially Elden Ring. Elden Ring, Steamforged games for me has always been. You've always kind of blended the same rules from Darkstone to Monster Hunter and all that. And I mean, I did like Monster Hunter's card-based combat. I loved how it pretty much felt like Monster Hunter when it came to combat against the monsters. But I don't know, Steamforged games to me, it always felt like they used the same formula. CMON, they do a really great job at making a one-off game, but campaigns usually are kind of flat for me, because it's just like Massive Darkness. Whenever I got to the end of Massive Darkness, of one mission in Massive Darkness, I was already super powerful going on to the next mission. And I'm like, well, there's no more loot for me to get. That's where Shadows of Brimstone shines. You can always find something better in this game. There's so many cards, so many items, so many weapons. It just gets better and better. But as far as Bloodborne and Elden Ring goes, I have no idea anything about either one of those games. I have to pull the books out and read them. But I've heard great things. Oh, and I also have Skyrim. I bought the Skyrim board game, which is up to 4-player, and I think it's actually really good campaign-wise. At least it's what I read. So let's take a look at the Takabaki Cannon. It's got a fear of 2, so anybody adjacent to it takes 2 horror hits. That kind of sucks. I think they do the same thing, too. It's artillery. Takabaki Cannon follows the rules for ranged enemies. Okay. Heavy siege cannon. Range. Any shots? What? Oh yes, I want to play them all. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to play. I am not gonna lie, this is not making any sense. What's shots? It's probably down here. Okay, so range attacks. It's got range, any range, so it can go all the way across the board. Shots. It's the rule below it. If there are adjacent heroes, attack each of them using combat instead. So it's in ambush, so they are straight up against them. If there are any adjacent heroes, attacks each of them using combat instead. Otherwise, fires an explosive cannonball as detailed on the heavy cannon reference card. There's a heavy cannon reference card. Siege weapon. If the Takabaki cannon has no target in line of sight for its attack, draw a Growing Dread card and add it to the stack instead. Tough. Immune to critical hits. Ah, that sucks. It's got 18 health too. D6 damage. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Hold on a second here. It's a combat 4 with D6 damage? Oh, that's horrible. Let's put Critical Role out of business with our Epic Tales. I mean, we could try. They've been at it for how long? And on top of that, they got, what's his name? Oh, the voice actor. The guy's, like, phenomenal at DMing. I need the rules. Okay. The last time I had a combat, I wasn't very confident in the battle. This time around, I'm 99.9% sure I'm gonna lose this fight. Is that it? That's Weapons of War. Should be Siege Cannon rules somewhere here. That's the Lost Army rules for the cannons. Takabaki cannon. Explosive cannonball. Okay. Alright, so, oh my god. Travel path and direction is based on where target is. So, if the cannon happens to be here, and it's firing, it's over a little bit. You know what I'm going to do? Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so we got that. Please lock in place. These things are bending too much. Let me try to fix that here. There we go. So that's the arena. So if he's here and he fires at this guy, it's going to roll right through him, all the way through everybody there. We need to take this thing down. That's going to be my priority. But they don't have regeneration rules, so that's good. But unfortunately, the other guys are going first. So here's the rules for the Takabaki cannon. When the Takabaki cannon fires an explosive cannonball, select a target within line of sight and roll once to hit. If hit, place a cannonball marker in the target space, then roll a peril die to see how far the cannonball travels. Place a second cannonball marker a number of spaces past the target equal to the peril die roll in a travel path directly away from the cannon. All models in a space crossed by the cannonball's travel path take a ranged attacks listed damage, ignoring defense and armor. In addition, the cannonball explodes just like a bomb in a space with the second... Oh, wow. So... Oh, these things are terrible. Okay, we need to destroy this. Hopefully... Oh, that sucks that he goes before my Enforcer. My Enforcer just got a new ability, but we still have... Luckily, we still have the revival token left over. So if anybody dies, they can come back full health and grit. Not full grit, but full health and a grit. And... Well, if anybody dies after that, it's pretty much done for the... They're done for. Unless I can somehow revive them from another character, which takes a whole turn. Okay, so... Now that we're here... Go ahead and hide this. And then there's those jerk-offs. Let me go ahead and get rid of those icons. Excuse my language, but these guys suck. Because they regenerate 2 wounds per turn. And they do double damage on 6s. Oh. I don't know which one's worse. But for now, yeah, unless I can spread my characters out. Oh boy, this is not going to go well. So these guys are going to go first. But before that... Come on, be cool. Alright, before that, we hit Hold Back the Darkness at 8+. We went down a room. So... But we're still within the 8+ area, so let's make sure that this... We fail it. So we have a darkness card that comes up. Please don't be bad. Tentacles from the Void. Oh, it's an ambush attack. Massive tentacles erupt from the floor, savagely lashing at the heroes. Ambush attack. Tentacles. More enemies. So... we now have another squad of enemies that jumped us. And it's going to be peril dice number of them. That was almost about to be a 6. So we got 5 tentacles that erupt from the ground. So on how fitting. We have the mutant Takobaki with tentacle arms and all that crap taking us on, and all of a sudden out of the ground. It's like a trap. A whole bunch of tentacles come up from the ground and start taking us down. I need 5 tentacle. I need 5 tentacle tokens. Bottles. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I further think that we're not going to win this. Luckily, I ran into a prospector in another town, in the haunted town yesterday, who sold me this sucker for 150 bucks. So at any point, if we all die, if we were all about to die, instead of failing the mission, we just warp out of here and we're done. And I'm beginning to see that possibly being what we need to do. Just when you thought it was done, boom, tentacles. Just like it's like a hemte. Yeah, hemte. Yeah, somebody needs to protect the rancher. I need to roll and see who they randomly go after, and I need to also bring up the tentacle card. So let me go ahead and put this guy away. And I need a third monster card. I'm glad I did more than 2 cards. I was originally just going to build this with 2 cards, but this had to happen. So, tentacles. I don't think they're really bad. They're very basic. So there are 2 initiatives, so they'll go at this... Well, they share the same initiative as the Prospector, so they'll be going before the Prospector. But they do get smashed, though. So on rolls of 6+, they ignore the hero's defense. They get 3 combat at 3 damage a pop. So if they do hit and the defense rolls don't happen, or better yet, they roll 6s, That's 3 damage a hit. So let's see who they go after. So this guy is going to go after across the rancher. This guy is going to go after, well, there's no more spaces to reach. They don't have reach or anything. So at this point, it's really just that half the space. Yes, it is. So he can be here. He can be here, here, and that's about it. This guy's not going to be able to do anything. This would be when dynamite would be so very helpful. And I didn't buy any. And either way, if I did, we ran into a card that would have taken it away. So this ain't looking good at all. But luckily, I did upgrade the rifle before I left town. I just wish I had more AoE. A preacher would have been awesome right now. So, beginning of the round, we're running up against the Takobaki Spearmen at initiative 5, but they're... Oh, they got +2 defense, too, because of the location. So, they're a +2 initiative and +2 defense for this round. Oh, man, this is just getting worse. Worse and worse. Yeah, so Mad Art's upgrade rifle, there's an upgrade system for this game? Yes, there is. So what happened was, I found these items, and they're basically upgrade pieces. So as you're playing the game, you do have your starting weapons. Like the Rancher has a hunting rifle, and it's got amazing range, but it only gets 1 shot, but it does get +2 damage on the shot. What's beautiful about this game is that you actually have on these cards... Yeah, I'll just put it here. Oh, I didn't do the growing dread either. We might have just lost before we even fought. The hunting rifles, the weapons will have these 3 slots down at the bottom. And these are upgrade slots. And we have items... Where did I put it? There's too many cards. Well, anyway, where did I put it? That's the thing that went with that. Shoulder tattoo. Is it you? Yes. So, you basically have an upgrade that shows you how many slots it takes, and then, of course, you have a weapon that has upgrade slots. And what you can do is you can actually put these in there, and they'll have usually, like, little rules. If it says just attach to an item, you can just, bam, attach it to the item. But there are some items that are like straight up like, hey, you need 2 Darkstone to attach it to it. And it's usually stuff that actually has a Darkstone emblem on there. So, yeah, you can upgrade in this way. And also, the blacksmith just straight up has upgrades. So you don't need to find anything. You just go to the blacksmith, and blacksmith can, for example, on this weapon, I actually put Darkstone rounds into it. And Darkstone rounds last one adventure, but it adds +1 damage to any of your combat or your ranged attacks with that weapon. So this weapon went from a damage 2 to a damage 3 weapon just for this adventure. Also, I also did put another upgrade on this. So the other upgrade was a Darkstone grip, and the Darkstone grip actually went ahead and added an additional shot. So instead of 1 die, I rolled 2 dice at damage 3+ because of all the bonuses I've been giving it. Yeah, it's... Ooh, I love that. Yeah. Like I said, man, Shadows of Brimstone, they put a lot of thought into this game and added a whole mess to make it customizable. And one day, I'm going to make it a campaign. I've been loving these characters, so I'm actually going to give them names. I'm going to write down their abilities, what they got. And instead of having the cards... I'm actually going to make it so that, well, I mean, the player sheets, you can actually write down what it is you have. So I'll write down the information for the hunting rifle, what upgrades it's got. I'd rather have that because then I can actually keep track of experience, and then I can level up and have these characters go down their skill tree and actually give them better abilities as they fight. Because there's, I think, 4 different classes 4 different subclasses per class, and then there's 3 different beginner upgrades per class. So, for example, the Rancher, I chose the Home Remedies. That is like basically the bonus ability at the beginning. I had a choice between 3 of them, and I chose this one because I love the idea of having a healer on the team. It's just she needs grit to do it, and I haven't been getting it. So, before we do all this, and I should have probably done this a while ago before we possibly wasted all this time, I need to do the Growing Dread, and the Growing Dread could end the game right now because everybody's looking pretty bad. So, first Growing Dread card, every time we reach the final fight, or the final room, like the final thing happens. For example, I found the final clue token, which basically turns this into a boss fight. We have to flip over all the Growing Dread cards that have been stacking up as we've been hitting this adventure. These can be building up during the town stay and into the adventure. But these happened at the very beginning. I got screwed over by some darkness cards and everything. So Horrific Dread. The darkness seethes with evil as the shadows all around you begin to take on nightmarish shapes, twisting to form your worst fears. The darkness moves 1 step forward. That's bad. That's another reason why I might want to move these over. So the darkness moves 1 step forward, which leads us to a darkness card. So the darkness moves 1 step forward on the depth track. If this moves onto a blood splatter, which it did, or a Growing Dread space, every hero also takes 2 horror hits that do 2 sanity damage up top. So before we do the darkness card, let's go ahead and do the horror hits. So the Rancher, she's not doing great on her sanity. Although actually she's got 4 plus 10. So she's got 14 sanity total, but she's already got 5 sanity damage. So she's going to take 2 horror hits, but she's going to make her willpower of 4 plus against it. She got 1, but the other one hits her, so she does take 2 sanity damage from that. So she's at basically half sanity right now. That's because she's got her personal item, the Hand Mirror, which gave her a bonus of 4 plus to her sanity. Which is something that you actually draw at the very beginning of the game. It's a random item. Next is going to be the Prospector, who also is looking like it hurts. He needs to make 5 pluses, I believe. Yeah. So 5 plus on his willpower. He makes 1, does not save on the other one, and that takes, as well, 2 damage. So he's at 8 already. And then finally, the Enforcer, who doesn't have any sanity damage, but he's still looking pretty beat up. He's bloodied. Oh god, they all have bleeding tokens. So, there's so much happening right now. So he needs to make 2 5 plus saves. He managed to save 1, the other one not so much, so he takes 2 sanity damage from that horror hit. So something came up and freaked all of them out. Then we have to do the darkness card because of that, which could possibly add Growing Dread. So let's see what happens. We're not using that one, so darkness. Oh god. Okay, Wretched Form of Life. All mutant enemies are now +2 combat, and we have 4 mutant enemies. That's a mutant. That's a mutant. That's a mutant. That's a mutant. This got a whole lot worse. So I'm going to put that to the side because that is a remains in play card, and now the close combat guys are getting 2 more attacks. You're fucked. Mad Arts. Yes. That's why I'm so glad I've got this trans-dimensional warp jump, because I'm probably going to use it. I don't even know if I want to even bother fighting these guys, because I'm like, we're going to get wrecked first turn, because everybody's going to go first except for the battle, the cannon. And if they all die, they're going to have to take injury checks. And I'm like, I'd rather just say, see ya. I mean, I could flee at the beginning of the turn. I could just be like, I'm going to flee. But we would be considered failing the mission. And when we go back to town, a whole bunch of bad things happen. Bruh, not good. Nah, it's bad. Nah, man, get out and fight another day. Yeah, I'm just dying to see what other hell this game is gonna throw at us. So, the last Growing Dread card. Oath of the Hellborn. So this is from the new expansion, or the new Kickstarter, which is the Norse one. So by the way, there's 27 guys. There's 27 different classes in this game. 27, and you're only seeing 3 right now. The Rancher, and these are from the base game, except for the Enforcer. The Enforcer's from the Forbidden Fortress. But the new expansions came with, I don't know if you're familiar with Killzone, but the Hellgast. Basically, mutant Hellgas. That's the Tredarans. They call them Tredarans. They're basically these 3-eyed mutant Hellgas from another world. Space Nazis. But anyway, the new Kickstarter released 3 new classes, but they kind of work off of each other. One is Norse. So you have like Jarls and stuff, and you actually get bonuses for everybody playing as that team. You get team up abilities. Just like the Conquistadors were ones that they added, and the Tredarans. So you can play as these strike teams, or these Conquistadors, these explorers, or these pillagers, and you're getting team abilities and team up abilities for working together. It's wicked. I haven't really fully tested it yet. Well, actually, I did it with the Tredarans, and it was awesome. But I mean, it gives you a 1-up in this game, big. This round was so bad, might as well make another class for and name it Courtesan. Need to get some money. No, you might be right, bro. There is a Saloon Girl. There's a Saloon Girl class. So anyway, the Oath of the Hellborn. We shed our mortal souls for the promise of power and riches beyond the dreams of our forebears. With this burning brand, we are reborn into the darkness. And it's a quote from the Oath of the Hellborn. For the rest of this adventure, all enemies except robots and hazards gain, oh god, why? Retribution 2. Whenever an adjacent hero assigns a hit to this enemy, it deals 2 basic hits back to that hero. If the enemy already has retribution, it just adds to it. So they get +2 combat, and if I ever choose to attack, any 2-hit rolls come back at me. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and flip that transdimensional warp jump, because this is gonna go real bad. I don't know if I want to spend it, though. Part of me just wants to be like, screw it, we're out of here. Because this thing is amazing. You know what? No, I'm gonna spend it. It turns a failing mission into we just walked away. We fled the adventure. So, the prospector sees this, realizes how bad things are. He just kind of reaches into his satchel and click. And these 3 characters just disappear. Yeah, that was about to be real bad. Oh, another thing, too, was, I don't know if you're all here for it, but sand scorpions came out of the ground at one point and just started biting and clawing and tail whipping the heroes to the point that they all got bleeding tokens. And bleeding tokens, they're gone because it's the end of the adventure, but bleeding tokens drop your health. Not permanently, but they drop your health value. Your maximum health value. Till they can be removed, which you need to spend grit on. The Rancher, I just could not get grit. I wanted to get rid of them, but they're -3 each. She had basically -6 maximum health till she can get rid of these. So that brought her to 8 health. And she already has 4 damage on her. So she had 4 health going into this fight. Yeah, we were not going to win this. So it was a good call to leave. I roll to seduce. That's hilarious. Well, we didn't win the mission, but we survived the battle. Because screw that. And what would have happened here is that it would have ended the adventure, but we still have to decide which town we're going to, the travel hazards along the way, and we'll do that. I guess we'll do that. What time is it? It's about that time. So yeah, we'll go ahead and save that for another day, because to me the travel and the town stay build up the next adventure. So I might as well save that for the next next episode that we do of some Shadows of Brimstone. And guys, if you ever want to join, let me know. There's room for. This is a 6-player game. It gets more difficult, more players. Some monsters, their health increases based on how many players there are. The difficulty of the monster threats increase based on how many players there are, and eventually I would like to do a campaign where we actually get, it's basically like D&D. You have a piece of paper, you jot down your character information, and you get experience that lets you level up, money so that you can go and buy gear, upgrade weapons, buy side bag items, which is stuff like healing potions and stuff. I mean, there's a lot. If you watch the stream from earlier, we went to town. So just kind of recap. So we started off with the travel. If I remember correctly, we passed every travel, so we just went straight to town. Nothing really happened on the way there. But we went to town. We went to a mutant town, to which the rancher and the enforcer have no mutations, and the rules of this town was anybody who shows up to a mutant town who doesn't have a mutation is instantly sus. So you already start with unwanted attention. People are looking at you going, why is that Hume in here? So you've already got unwanted attention. Therefore, whenever you're making checks to go to specific locations like the blacksmith or the, I was hoping it would have the frontier outpost, but it didn't. Mutant towns don't get them. But every time you go to a different part of town, you now have to pray you don't roll a 7. If you roll a 7, you've found unwanted attention, and now you have to roll a die to see if it happens or not, based on how many of the unwanted attention tokens you have, and they happen to have 2 because no mutations. The prospector, of course, with his melted nose. Oh boy, he's now got a mutation. So these two, if they ever go to a mutation town, they're fine. They're fine. But if we go to a regular town now, these two have to make checks to see if people notice. Actually, I think it's if it's 3+ mutations. If it's 3+ mutations, they have to do checks to see if they get any unwanted attention. But anyway, so we went to that town, did all that. And actually, if I remember correctly, we did all right. We didn't really need to stick around for another day, so we just kind of took off. The town prior to that was pretty hilarious. It was a haunted town. Half of it was destroyed. These guys were getting visited by ghosts, or at least these two were getting visited by ghosts. And on the second day, I guess like a warp portal opened up and demons and monsters came out of it and just ran through the town and destroyed it. While a growing mass of flesh was in the mutant quarters, just tearing everything up. It was pretty eventful in the haunted town. But we'll go ahead and call it there, and we'll pick up again next time. And again, the sounds you're hearing, the music you're hearing in the background is all from Syrinscape. It's a great app for using for D&D. As you can see, board games, it's really cool to have like the ability to put music in or just sound. It's a wonderful app. Next time we'll come back to the travel stage, the town phase, and then we'll roll on over back to the adventure. I'm hoping that I can set up the town and travel stage on the stream so I don't have to go through the books anymore. I've got everything scanned, it's ready to go. I just need to set it up on the stream. And I want to also add the depth event tracker for the town stage, so this way it'll tell us what we need to roll and everything. It would make life so much easier than constantly going to the books. But I think we're done with all this. I just need to clean this all up. But thank you so much for coming out. Had a blast playing some Shadows of Brimstone. Looking forward to the next one. On Thursday, I'm planning on taking kind of a small break and just doing like a paint session. So I have a poll up in my Discord right now. I think it's the Death Worms or whatever they're called that are currently in the lead. But by Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday, I'll have an idea of which models I'm going to paint, and I'm just going to sit here, hang out, chill, and paint. So thanks again for showing up. I hope you have a great Sunday, and until next time, I'll catch you all later. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and raid. Let's see if Texie's playing tonight. Mad Arts, thank you so much, bro, for coming out. Same thing with you, Shock. You know what? My chat bot hasn't been working. I need to fix it. I've been wanting to give shout-outs out, but it hasn't been... Every time I do the thing, it hasn't been working. So I need to give it another test run. Also, I get too zoned in on this. You know how it is. It's like really hard to remind yourself to do little things here and there. Especially with this, because there's so much happening. So much to remember and so much happening in this game. Let me see what I can do. What do we have for board games? Ooh, Arkham Horror, the card game. Well, we got the compound. I might just go ahead and we'll raid into the compound. They're playing... What are they playing? They're playing Gaslands Battletech Nemesis. Looks pretty cool. All right, we'll go ahead and do that. And I'll catch you all later. If I can get this working.